But here we go. Hello, everybody, and it's good to see you guys tonight. Yes, we're not going to be too much on camera tonight because my guest tonight is not going to be on camera because we can't get our tech worked out, and I don't want to shame him with all this beauty. The gap in my teeth is beautiful tonight, guys, and I would hate to shame my guest. I do have a special guest though tonight. And I'll let him introduce himself. First off, I want to know how everybody in the chat is feeling. Are you feeling good? On a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling from SovCit to amazing? 1 being SovCit, 10 being amazing. Put it in the chat. And I'm going to turn it over to my guest. My guest tonight, his channel name is Gendit Commando. And I'm going to tell the story of how I came across his channel and how I met him and all this here in a minute. But first, I'm going to turn it over to him and let him tell you a little bit about himself. Go ahead, sir.
Hey, Skeptic. Thanks for having me on the channel. Yeah, guys, if you haven't been on my channel before, my name's Ryan, and I'm a former Royal Marines Commando from the United Kingdom, and that's my catchphrase in the beginning of every video, actually. But yeah, me and Skeptic, we obviously met on a video via the chat section, and he kindly asked me if I wanted to come onto his show, and I must say, a fantastic show of that. Thanks very much for having me, hey, buddy.
Yeah, so, sorry. Couple things. First off, I fell in love with your content, okay? And this is something
Awesome,
I want to try to do with my people. I'm trying to do something you were talking about earlier in your show, and we're going to talk about that as well. And that's bringing communities together. So, I have are you familiar with what sovereign citizens are? I kind of mentioned it one time.
Yeah, it's believe it or not, it's something that I remember must have been about 5 or 6 years ago. It started coming on my YouTube feed actually, but at the time I was going 7 years ago. At the time I was going through a service police investigators course in the military. It was like something I specialized in when I was in the Marines. And then this stuff started popping up on YouTube. You know how it's obviously listening to us and stuff like that. But yeah, I was watching a few videos, and although it's something that I haven't really delved deep into myself, it's bloody interesting stuff, and it's definitely good to watch. It's either way, it's either going to trigger you or enlighten you. Either way, you're going to be enjoy the content as far as I'm concerned. Because I enjoyed it. I like looking into that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So I started out just, I'm ex-military just like you. So
Yeah.
I have a different perspective, I guess, on sovereign citizens and people who don't think that they're American citizens or have to follow the American government. And I think you guys call them, y'all call them freemen of the land, I think.
That's right. Yeah. So it seems to be a bigger. It's. I mean, it all means the same thing, right? It's just different terminologies. But I've found with certain things as such, it tends to have a bigger audience, a bigger catchment in America for that kind of thing than England, the UK. I don't know why that is. If there's anything, out of the norm, as we like to know, inverted commas, it tends to be from the military, where you'll find these bits of informations out and you'll start hearing these bits of things. It's like, I don't know what it is about the military, man, but there's a lot of unique individuals with a lot of unique opinions of the world and stuff. And if you're going to find something out, you tend to find it out in the military, I've found,
And hey, that's another thing that I noticed. Speaking on military, we'll talk a little military stuff right now, because that's kind of where I was going with sovereign citizens, is that I have a very pro-military, pro-veteran following. But because they're like that, well, that's through them also being very, pro law and order, pro police, and they just respect and they follow a lot of veterans. And there is a fucking ton of veterans that are on YouTube, and I think that I think a lot of what we were talking about in the pre-show when we were talking about the overlap between you know, how, or not really the overlap, but the hard work that it takes to be a YouTuber, you know, to like
Oh
that.
man,
It's
yeah,
so crazy. It's great one day, and then the next day it's like, what did I do wrong? You know, like where did I
yeah,
go? Like what's up? You
yeah.
know. But I think that a lot of the people who succeed through that are veterans because they've been taught to persevere through those times.
Absolutely.
You know, so like
You know something?
go ahead, go ahead.
Sorry, it's such a. I've found that. I mean, I might be biased because a lot of the channels that I'm a fan of is probably the same channels that you're a fan of as well. You know, and they tend to all be ex-military. But there's something that non-military, very very successful YouTubers and military YouTubers, no matter how successful they actually are, there's one thing they share in common is there's a stubbornness to be able to get through it, no
Yeah,
matter how hard or how shit it is. It's like, because like you say, for a large majority of your time on YouTube, it doesn't hit the algorithm, and your work does go to waste. And you know you're spending hours and hours on this. When let's face it, some months we could make more getting doing a normal job, you know. And it's that perseverance through something that might not be working out, and hoping and trying to make it work out regardless. It's an attitude stance that we have, and I see the commonalities. You know how I am with the military. You
yeah,
watch my channel enough. I'm a massive fan of America, and the
for
U.S.
sure.
veteran and the U.S. troops. I've just got a deep, profound respect for them. And you know, you can't fake it that much on YouTube. I'm like 750 videos in,
Oh
with my
yeah.
like love and respect for America. It's like you can't fake that many videos of your adoration for something because you're going to get caught out. So you know,
Nah,
yeah, it's a tough one to crack YouTube. And you're doing well, man. You're doing well. Road to 100K soon, I think.
I wish, man. I wish.
Nah, it's
Um,
gonna happen.
that's one of the things I want to talk to you about was like the first video I saw. Well, it was really the second video, but as you were saying, it's by far your
Mm,
most popular, and it continues to even to this day to get views
yeah,
through the algorithm. And there's somebody
yeah.
out there that said pin a link for his channel, Nutsack. Okay, first off, Bella Charge, veteran, and well, he's a badass. He's a good friend of mine. You
Awesome, man.
guys, somebody, a mod in the chat, will y'all run over to Gendic Commando's channel and please put a link to his channel in the chat? Thank you very much.
Hey, appreciate that, brother.
Yeah, he's a good dude, man. Bella's a good dude. He was one like when you say you have to persevere. Like in December, I was going through kind of like a shitty time, you know, and
Oh man.
you know he and another friend of mine, Commander Darklight out there, they were
Mm,
both there and really kind of helping me and to get through the
awesome.
things and Bella being, you know, he approached it more from the veteran side and was like, look man, what would you do, you know,
Mm,
what do we do, is what are we trained to do in the military?
yeah,
Put your head
you
down
got
and
to
get
get
through it.
on.
You know,
Yeah, or
ain't no
knuckle up, pull
surrendering.
your boots on,
That's
and
right, knuckle up. That's
start
right.
cracking the F on. You know, it's true, and I think that camaraderie in the military is something that if you want to know what affects most veterans, it might get mistranslated with people external, and it's often mistranslated with ourselves as well. Is we might mistake, you know, things like PTSD or anxiety problems or anger issues or alcoholism or any of those other things. And in actual fact, the root of the problem could be something really simple, and is I just miss my buddies. I
Yeah.
miss the I miss the environment in which I got to spend time with my buddies. Do you know what I mean? It's like all of these little micro isms are the
Yeah.
things that actually were the things that got you through life, you know, in the
Did you
military.
see
And
combat? Did you see combat?
so I missed out on Iraq and Afghanistan, and that's actually quite a story, to be honest with you. We can get into that about how life will. You think you can go down a route by choice, and then it literally life will just kick you in the face and take you where it's going to take you, regardless. And that's kind of how it worked for me. Looking back now, as a father of one, married, 34 years old, I first joined the Royal Marines at 15 years and 10 months. I was still in school when I passed the potential Marines course. And at the time, that was like 2005. And it was all hell was breaking loose in certain areas of the world at that point, especially for the UK and the US. And
that's
although I
post
would have been too
9/11.
young,
That's
yeah, it
right
was
after
like,
George Bush. You said 2005, right? That's like
yeah,
1 year into Obama's presidency.
absolutely. And although I was too young at the time to have even deployed when I was going through commando training, um, I would have passed the course at like just after 17 years old. Within a few short months after I turned 18, I would have been getting sent wherever the commando units would have wanted me to. And at that time, it was Afghanistan and certain parts of Iraq as well. Albeit Iraq would have, wasn't the quite the beast it was in the early 2000s, late 90s type thing.
Yeah.
But for what happened for me, although at the time I was like, yeah, this is me. I'm going to be doing this for 20, 30 years or whatever, absolutely adamant that this was it for me. I didn't get through commando training the first time around through to a few family issues that literally kicked me in the butt big time. I never foreseen that to have been a potential problem in my life at the time, which took me away from that pursuit, leading me down to a crazy life of drink and drugs and all sorts, man, for like 5, 6, 7 years.
You aren't the
And
only
then
one.
yeah, and I ended up rejoining the military, the Marines, and went through commando training again, and this time got through to the end of it, to which we were all getting told, you're gonna be able to hit the last tour of Afghan. And when we joined 40 Commando, me and the few who passed the course, we got as close as battle casualty replacements for the lads out there on the final tour. 40 Commando did the final tour in Afghan in 2013, I think it was. So I missed out on that one. So the way life had it for me, looking back now, it's like, yeah, of all of my friends that did serve over there, all of the lads that had a good time over there, some of them who had a terrible time, some who lost their lives, some who had some horrific injuries physical, some who came back with horrific injuries internally. The ones that we don't see are arguably the worst ones. I just think to myself, wow, if there's either someone looking out for me, or I don't know, life's crazy, man, and it's worked out a way that I didn't expect, put it that way. But here's one for you, skeptic. A lot of lads in the military can't conversate about what they didn't do too much, whereas I can be proud of what I did do, and I can speak honorably about what I missed out on. And there's a big part of me actually really grateful for that as well, because it's not something that a lot of my friends would the guys I know that are suffering right now from the scars of war is something that I managed to escape. And it's something that I'm it's a tough one to explain.
Well, I have
I appreciate their service, and
yeah.
I appreciate their sacrifice, and I accept I'm one of the few lucky ones who life just didn't take it down that way for me, and I don't suffer the negative consequences that may come with that. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that probably one of my two greatest failures in life. One of them came from the military. It wasn't joining the military. It was something. I'm a disabled vet. I got hurt doing something or attempting to do something I really wanted to do. I don't even like to talk about it, to be honest, because it was important to me. Well, not the details, the details. There's a lot of stolen valor people out there that would really, try to take advantage of something that I would never try to take advantage of. So
I get you.
But I got hurt. And the thing is that when I got out of the military, and I guess a little later in life, when I started to realize the impact of the failure that I experienced through that, even if it wasn't my fault, it was still, to me, it was still a failure. It really put a lot of perspective into the things that I do in life. Now I don't do anything, and unless I'm intend on winning, intend on finishing. And I think that the failure that I went through in the military really put, like I said, it put a perspective on it. It really made me, it equipped me for the real world, because in the real world, everybody should expect to fail in the real world unless you're ready to work hard. When you're ready to put that the hard work in and to actually bust your ass and do it, then you'll start seeing the benefits of your work. Hardly anybody gets it for nothing, hardly anybody
I agree. Yeah, it's all about the pursuit of excellence by constantly striving for better, and it's something that I also experienced in the military. I mean, I'm a product of not getting through the Royal Marines Commandos first time. I was a product of those massive percentages of people who don't make it through. So I understand it from both sides. I was that guy trying to achieve something who didn't, who then had to go back, 7 years later and try to do it not as fit, not as youthful. But I understood that the mindset, if I focus, I can get through it, and it was tough for me to go back the second time because I knew exactly how hard it was going to be. I knew every single week, up until week like 16 or 17. So for me, I knew it was going to be hell. But what I got from that was something that I carry with me every single day, is an ability to be positive when all things are negative. It's not to be underestimated, the power of a basic infantry course or a basic military course in any part of the world. It's not to be underestimated how much it can change you in a positive way if we truly look at it from the positive. That is, I've seen some real good intellectual, physically fit individuals in society fail basic military courses because they just can't control their own brain, their own thoughts. They can do a course, they can go to uni, they can pass tests, they can recite books and remember things for different courseworks and tests that they've got to do. But when it comes to being pushed physically and mentally and put out of their comfort zone, they fall and crumble. Real successful people as well don't actually have, in many cases, there's not a lot of us who can put ourselves through the rigors of the military. I take great pride in that,
Yeah, I did too. And I tell people that, I see people all the time. They're like, we used to hold a show where we would talk about veteran stuff. And I would tell people, I'm like, look, military ain't for everybody. I tell people it's a good thing for people to do. But the truth of the matter is 90% of the people who are ever told you need the military are people who would never make it through the military. Simply because they just couldn't handle it. They're told they need the military because they lack the self-discipline, but some of the times that lack of self-discipline is just too much for anybody to overcome. Unless you just want somebody to be verbally and mentally abused until they get through basic training, they're just going to quit eventually. But
absolutely.
So anyway, let's talk about that first video. We started to talk about it. So yeah, it was, when your first video that we were talking about that was blowing up, it was actually your second video that I watched. I guess because I'd been watching a lot of the Ukraine military stuff, it had recommended me another one of your videos. I guess it was a more recent one, but the one that really grabbed my attention was that 5 reasons why you don't mess with the USA. And I was like, oh yeah, I was like, this man knows what he's talking about. And that's, I think I sent you the email then, and I was like, hey man, what you said about the Navy, because I'm a fucking happy. First off, I'm a sand squid. Okay, let's get that right. I'm a sand squid. Nice. Okay, I spent I'm not a land squid like you'd find some people. No, I'm a sand squid. I spent my whole Navy term in the desert. So awesome, working at a naval weapons station for that housed NATO weapons. So cool, man. Yeah, I got to see a lot of things. You said something today about participating in a lot of war games. I did a lot of radio support for people that would go and do war games, because being where I've never been shy to say where I was stationed at, but I was stationed at China Lake Naval Weapons Station in the middle of the Mojave Desert. Yes.
So, Mojave Desert, my old playground.
You've probably been out there before. It's right
Yeah.
next to the. There's a Marine detachment there, so we do have we did have a Marine detachment with us, and we did bring a lot of foreign power over. Because a lot of
Yeah, yeah.
people, I never hear people talk about it. You don't see a lot of video about this online, but we do stuff called I guess in America we call them a display of power, and that's where we bring people
Yeah.
over and we kind of like show off our new military gear. I participated in two of them. Well, I saw two of them. Participated in one. The first one that I saw was on a ship, and that was the coolest thing in the world. Getting to watch jets bomb into the
Yeah, there's
water and blow up
nothing
into the
better, man.
water. Yeah, it's not open to the public. You know, you're not finding the press there on the ship
Nah.
filming this and everything. You know, it's really cool shit that goes on out there. But then was able
Yeah.
to participate in one on when I was in China Lake. And that was a really
Nice.
cool experience. Yeah, I got to see a lot of the land weapons that people are like talking about now, and I'm like, yeah, I seen that shit in
This was
fucking
done. Yeah.
2000. You know, like
Well,
this is nothing
that's
new
the
to me.
thing. It's people are like, I mean, I can understand why it's done. It's, you don't want to give your capabilities away, but
Yeah.
I think people would be, and this is not coming from me having any insider knowledge or anything, because I certainly don't. But I know enough about the military to know that, especially when we're talking about America, for instance, that, man, they're not just ahead of the curve militarily with kit and equipment. I think people would be blown away with just what they have got, and that's just me using my common sense and gumption. You know, I think it would blow people's brains, the
Yeah.
technology that's out there.
Yeah, I would tell you that people would be utterly surprised at the amount of
Mm,
firepower I saw stored in certain locations, in individual locations, and
yeah.
also having thousands of these locations in proximity to one another.
Mm.
Things like that, like that's why when they talk about, oh, Russia's sending so many missiles over, I'm like, man,
It's like,
don't
yeah,
even
cheers.
worry about it. That's like
That's
a dent in what their
it's
supply is.
it's true, man. And it's like we've seen, like, I know the mainstream. Look, it's just like me and you. Everyone has a narrative, so it's not like a secret that certain companies, certain news outlets will have their own narratives to suit certain agendas. That's like widely known and accepted now. It's not a big secret. It's
Yeah.
not even bad in a lot of ways. It's just the way things go. We are doing it ourselves to a much smaller degree. It's just the way things go. But there's one thing for sure that I'm pretty certain about, is just, irrespective of the narrative of how Russia is doing, I know now they're not the second largest superpower that everyone thinks they are. There's a
They're
bullying
not
thing, a
even
bullying
they're
tactic.
they're not even
That's,
second
yeah,
in Ukraine. You
in
know what I
Ukraine,
mean?
exactly. And it's like, yes, they might be humongous and stuff, but it doesn't. Look, you can have 1 million soldiers, right? But if only 50,000 of them have effective kit and equipment and training, then you really haven't got 1 million soldiers. You've got 1 million people, and it's we've seen in World War One the amount of cannon fodder that unfortunately was were going over the front lines and the trenches and stuff, of ill-equipped, ill-trained individuals who are effectively civilians with weapon systems. How ineffective that was.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have had those mass atrocities if you had organization in both sides of the conscripts. It's just, I don't know. I think the bullying tactic hasn't worked for Russia, and it's, if anything, it's exposed them. I don't think anyone's going to have too many problems with them in the next 20, 30, 40 years. The sanctions is going to ruin them, for
Oh
one.
yeah, we're just seeing the beginning of that. Like
Just the
there,
beginning, man.
yeah, a year from now when they really need superconducting chips, good luck.
Mm.
Good luck because
Good luck.
everything. Yeah, how are they going to talk? I mean, are they going to go back to
Yeah.
analog phone systems? You know,
Well,
I mean, that's what they're going to need to
exactly.
do.
And especially with the push for the digital currency, central banks are definitely going that way to make it into, well, I think you would class it federal digital currency. It's centralized.
Yeah.
We used to decentralized finance system, like Bitcoin and stuff. But once it becomes centralized, i.e. the government, then places like Russia are really going to struggle,
Oh
because
yeah.
it's literally a programmable currency where they can just go, yeah, not for you today.
Oh yeah.
So
They could easily sanction them, right? Like just
yeah,
write it into the program as an IP sanction, or yeah, where it sanctions every. Well, of course they'll try to use VPNs, but those people are the smart people. They're the people who are writing VPN programs. So you're good luck getting around them.
exactly,
But
man.
yeah, so but back to your first video, you said something what got me liking you, what got me subscribed to you, because I wasn't subscribed up to the first video I watched. It was the USA video that I watched. What got me was
Yeah.
because you gave respect to the Navy, and not enough fucking people give respect to the Navy. The only people that don't deserve respect are the Air Force. The Navy, we get respect, okay?
Well, you have to. It's one of those things where I learned this not necessarily the hard way, but I seen through the bravado of, inter-service rivalries and stuff like that. I seen right through it. The walk of life I came through before that, my ego, to be honest with you, going through commando training diminished my ego in a way, and it needed that. I was working as a bouncer. I don't know if you guys call them doorman or nightclub
Oh,
security, that kind of thing.
bouncer.
Yeah, so my ego was through the roof, and it wasn't really doing me any favors. I joined the Marines. My ego it got kicked out of me, for want of a better phrase.
Hey,
But it's
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
that's okay, man. But it's you know how it is when you go in the military. Everyone hears constantly, "We're the best. We're this. We're that," which you have to believe that to a degree. But I seen through it, and I was like, "Well, the Royal Marines, we're pretty cool. We do some real good, cool shit that most people get to see on the adverts and stuff. But what about the guys?" Where it might not be too glitz and glam for the adverts, it might not make the TV program, but without those guys, we don't work. We just don't. It's not that we just don't work. Like literally, we don't work without the Royal Navy. Although we'd like to say we do. Now we get everywhere via ship, and without those individual trades on the ship, nothing works.
Yeah,
And I think it's the same for any military. Like you look at the USA, like you take the Navy away, mate. It's a game changer if you take the Navy away.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it was funny because you say there's a rivalry, but there's also respect, and in the Navy we really respect the Marines because we ride with them. The Marines ride on our ships, and they, like I said, at my naval weapons station, we were in the desert away from any water, and sure enough we still had a Marine detachment with us. Because we have to. The Navy and the Marines are hand in hand. We're not a fighting force. The Navy's not. The Navy's not really. The Navy is a fighting force, but it's a projected fighting force. Like it shoots from far away, not up close. We shoot from far away, and we rely on sending in people like the Marines and the Army and the Air Force for a lot of information. I guess the Air Force, we should respect the Air Force. They give us a lot of information. I think they control AWACS, I believe. So we'll give them just a tad bit of respect tonight.
Yeah, give them a little bit.
I love the Air Force. They know that, but they're not getting away with shit tonight. But I do want to give a special shout out because while we're sitting up here talking about Navy stuff and Marine stuff and Army and military in general, I do have a good friend of mine's, or a good friend of mine herself, Miss Schrodinger's cat out there, who recently lost her husband, who was not just a member of this community. He was one of the leaders of our community. We lost him suddenly, and he was also a Navy man. So he would definitely be here on this panel tonight and join the show with us tonight. So out of respect, I just want to say, mad love to Miss Schrodinger's cat out there, and mad respect to my man Schrodinger, who we all love and care for deeply and miss immensely. So keep your head up, Miss Schrodinger, and Mr. Schrodinger, I know you're watching us, so we'll hold it down for you.
Rest in peace, brother. Rest in peace.
Absolutely. He was a good dude, man. Good dude.
Yeah.
Like seriously, man. He looked out. He looked out for me a few times behind the scenes when a lot of people didn't know, And, you know, of
Nice.
course it was weird. It was stuff that I didn't really want people to know about. But at
Yeah,
the
yeah.
same time, you know how it is. It's just, he was there. He knew about it, and he was there
Yeah,
to
yeah.
help. So good. He'll always be somebody that will forever be in my heart. And, you know, I learned a lot from him. My content today is affected by the way he did his
By him.
content. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome, man.
Including yours.
Respect.
You know, like when I look at people that do content, I feel like I believe you do good content. You know, and a few things, like you said something today about bringing up other YouTubers and bringing communities together, and I kind of touched on it. But, you know, you kind of look at somebody, let's say I found somebody that had 200,000, 300,000 subscribers like yourself, but I didn't really feel the content. I didn't think the content was good. It really wasn't me. I wouldn't bring them on, man. I'd rather bring someone on that has 500 subs that I really feel is more like me, or somebody that I can respect. And
it's got to resonate, hasn't it? You know, it's a tricky old business, YouTube. You know, like I was saying to you before, it's quite easy to ignore someone who's maybe a smaller content creator than you, not necessarily because of the quality of the content. Most cases, I've found a lot of people who I follow who've got a lesser audience than me actually make way better content. You know, that's their forte, so to speak. But it's just it's not. I like to look at it as, forget about YouTube for a second. If I've seen someone who needs help in any way, you know, I don't know, it could be someone walking across the road, a dangerous road, an elderly person. And I know we like to think we'd help that person, but 9 times out of 10, I see people walking by and forgetting the hell out of that situation. That's my true personal experience. And people don't step up to the mark when they need to. That's one thing I've also noticed. It's like we talk a good talk most of the time, but people talk shit. And that's me being honest. It's like 9 times out of 10 from what I've seen, people are good people, but then to step up to the mark and really go, you know, I'm going to help this dude. Nah, we don't see that. And the secret to life isn't, for me, what's the secret to life? It's information. Information in, information out. And most of the time, it's not about what people can do to you. It's about what they can say to you that can really bring you on and help you. Hey, I've got a bit of something that's helped for me. This has worked for me. I'm going to tell you about it. Do you know how many people don't do that? Like, because they're scared it's going to take something away from what they have.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not about that. I never have been. I've been told off countless people, you need to keep that to yourself. You need to don't stop doing this. No, mate, because karma, forget about the paycheck. Karma, or in India they call it karma. In England we call it what goes around comes around. You know, there's different terms for this stuff. It all means the same thing. It's about giving out positivity, receiving positivity. And if I can help someone out, if I can, you know, share the love on YouTube, hey, go follow this guy. It takes 2 seconds, man. It's not going to do nothing to my channel. If anything, it's going to bring more positive vibes. I'm all for that, you know. And I really wish people like well in life, and yourself. I can't wait to see you get to that 100K, you know, because
appreciate it.
What's it going to do? It's not going to do it. It's all good, you know. Like you say, there's plenty to go around for everyone. And sometimes people get a bit too caught up in preservation, self-preservation. Funny old thing. The best way to preserve yourself is to get good people around you.
Oh yeah,
it's like.
Yeah, I speak on that. I speak on that real highly. You kind of mentioned it earlier in your stream today about people that stand on their own 2 feet. You know, we don't have to have a supporting cast. You said today, you were like, yeah, it's just a one-man show. It's just me. You know, like I respect that. You know why I respect that? Because it's just me. It might say team skeptic, but team is just that's just me when I'm pissed off. That's my pissed off personality that's coming in, and my fucking let's all have a laugh personality that's coming in. And but that's the team we're talking about when we say team. In all reality, you're looking at the team right here. That's editing, recording, everything.
Absolutely. Producing and social media, marketing, advertisement, you name it, man. Once the video stops, the work don't stop. It's like,
but that's why I respect people like yourself and what you're doing. And I'm going to be bringing on another creator of mine, a creator friend of mine here in a little bit, when he was in your chat today, Brainy Beaver. And I awesome, surround myself with him too, because people like him and yourself, y'all are people that do it on your own, that prove that you don't need a a team of people to be successful, or anybody else.
No,
It's just a
no.
microphone, a camera, and a topic,
Mm.
and there you go. That's
You know
all you need.
something? I remember. I'll tell you this. I don't mind sharing this story, right? Um, me and my wife, I left the military because we wanted to start a family, and in life you don't always get what you want, and we later found out. Long story cut short, we had to go through IVF treatment and stuff to have our little girl, which was an absolute blessing. But just before she was born, I was working as a close protection operative, and the a certain pandemic hit, and all work dried up,
Mm.
and it was either be unemployed or face the reality I might have to go back into the military. The sole reason I left the military to have a family, I was now presented with that wonderful opportunity to have a family, but have to go back into the military to support them. That to me was devastating. It devastated me, that situation that I found myself in. Um, and I said to myself, I was watching a video of another Marine doing YouTube, and I remember this utterly hopeless feeling of what the hell do I do? And then I thought, there's only me can pull myself out of this. I have no experience with technology or cameras or YouTube at all. I just went on this journey of saying I'm going to try it and I'm going to make it a success for my little girl, Um, and hey, life just came around and it started working out, man. And it's sometimes if you have a cause greater than yourself, it's destined to work out,
Yeah. That's what I was gonna ask you about that, because I did see a post you had done recently on your community post. It was kind of like a picture, but it was a drawn picture
Yeah,
though of your I
yeah,
assume that's you and your family, correct?
yeah. My wife
You
and
got
my
hey
my
yeah.
my
If
little daughter.
it's a beautiful picture. If it's
Thanks, dude.
representative, I'm sure it's representative of a beautiful
Yeah,
family, but it's a beautiful picture, and I'm happy
yeah.
for you on that note and on that level. I am happy for you. That's
Ah, thanks,
amazing.
brother.
Now, hey,
Appreciate that,
I
man.
have a question. Do you mind if we play like about maybe 2 minutes of your most popular video,
No,
just so
man, you
people
go
can
for it,
kind of
dude.
get an idea of who's talking?
Go for it, man.
Because for my crowd, so that y'all know, he is not shy of the camera. Okay, he's always on camera. We just couldn't get it to work out, and I was like, I don't want to sit here and work on this the whole time. So why don't we just go ahead and get the show started? But yeah,
Awesome, man.
let me get this downloaded real quick, and I'll let these people see, because they'd love it, man. I mean, you're a good
Awesome,
content
man.
creator. Oh shit, I'm here.
Well, I've yeah, kind of fell through the cracks and yeah, I still don't know what I'm.
Hey, hold on. I'm getting an echo. I have no idea why I'm getting an echo. What did I do to get an echo? Oh wait, hold on.
Have you
Okay.
got my video playing?
No, I don't. Hold on. Where am I getting this? What did I do? I did something.
Technology.
Oh wait. Oh, now I'm hearing you twice. Oh, maybe I have it open somewhere else. Oh, hold on. I'm an idiot.
We need Team Skeptic technician to make
God
appearance.
damn. The whole time, hey, this whole time we've been having the conversation, it hadn't played not one bit. It just started playing just now. And I was like, why am I hearing two things? Yeah. Tech, live tech always is the best tech, you know?
Yeah, you
But
can't
yeah,
beat it, man.
I want to give people an idea of the type of content you put out, because I really think they look at it. How I do reaction commentary on sovereign
Mm,
citizens and Karens and Court and
mm.
all these other things. You do a different type of reaction. You do military
Yeah.
reaction, and it's a really I really enjoy it. Like I've been a fan. I
Oh,
watch a
thank you.
lot of your stuff. Anything you put out new, I'm watching. Just
Awesome, man.
as a viewer, because I can learn. Not just am I entertained.
Mm.
I think the entertainment factor is what turned me on to the channel, but
Wow.
also I always look at people who I aspire to be like, like other channels to find inspiration from.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I've. It's funny you should say that because I've actually looked at a lot of your videos of recent as well since the emails and stuff, and I'm taking stuff away from you. Just something simple like the lighting. People don't realize that that's not just an aesthetic. Like it changes everything, man. And man, if you look at some of my videos, I've struggled with with loads of stuff. I don't know how I've got the followers I have because my earlier videos were absolute trash, man. But I just try to
Hey,
speak honestly.
yeah, content stands on its own 2 feet, man, straight up.
Yeah,
So, no, there's a, like I told you earlier, when you need help, you just reach out to me. Any
cheers,
YouTuber will
man.
tell you,
Likewise.
I know exactly what I'm doing here as far as like tech goes. I might not know everything, but I know a lot about tech.
Yeah,
For
I'm the
YouTube.
wrong guy for tech, man. I don't know. I don't know nothing. I don't even know how I'm doing this. Is for a job.
Hold on, I'm getting the video loaded up real quick, and I'll let about 2 minutes of it play, guys, and then
Awesome, man.
we'll jump back in here to finish up with some conversations. We have a few more things to do tonight, and then we'll get out of here. I really appreciate you coming on. I know it's late for you over in UK, so I do
Hey,
appreciate
no
you
problem.
coming on for the late evening show.
Anytime, brother. Anytime.
All right, well, here we go. This was the video that made me go, I fucking
Yeah.
like this guy.
Let's do
Fucking
it,
like this
man.
guy. Here we go.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel Gen Dit Commando. My name is Ryan and I'm a former Royal Marine from the United Kingdom, and today we're going to be reacting to 5 reasons that you shouldn't mess with the United States of America. Now, being honest, they only really need one reason not to mess with them. Just don't do it, all right? It's a bad idea. Simple as that. I've worked alongside the US military. They are unbelievable and they've got loads of money, so just don't do it, guys. But today we're going to find out what the other 4 reasons are, and if you are looking forward to this one, like, share and subscribe to the channel. If you want to become a member to support me a little bit more on the channel, then press the join button. But without further ado, let's just get straight into this one, troops. See you in the comments.
The collapse of the Soviet Union in the early 90s left the United States as the sole superpower in the world, and it's never looked back. In all aspects of the world, the United States is indeed a superpower, especially when it comes to its military might, which is unsurpassable in its strength, technological superiority, operational capabilities, and power projection across the globe. In this video, we'll take a look at the 5 top reasons why you wouldn't want to go against the US military establishment. The United States Air Force is the strongest in the world, not only in the number of operational aircraft, but also in technological superiority. The country currently operates a total of over 15,000 military aircraft, combining all the branches of the military service, including the US Navy, US Army, Coast Guard, and the US Marines.
Right, guys, so just to put that into a little bit of perspective for you in terms of size, the Royal Marines have anywhere between 4,000 and 6,000, give or take, members of that military organization. Now, the United States has more planes than that, which is, I can't even begin to imagine. I can't get my head around it, guys. It's phenomenal.
As of 2017, the US Air Force alone has a fleet of over 5,300 aircraft, 406 intercontinental ballistic missiles, and 170 military satellites, greater than any other country in the world. The USA has the largest number of stealth aircraft designed to be silent killers and untrackable by the radar defense systems of most.
So these stealth bombers and stuff, and these stealth technologies that they've got, other variants of that technology exists around the world globally, but America has technological advancements far greater than I think even people who are in the know actually know. My guess is they've got technology that's 20, 30, 50 years more advanced potentially than its counterparts. They're so effective. And I've just realized something. This guy on the screen there has got a green beret on. He must be like a Royal Marine or something.
Countries.
I love that. I love that that pride
Awesome,
you have for
man.
yourself and your your units and all that, man. That's awesome. You got a lot of military pride. That's something I respect on YouTube a lot.
Yeah.
So
military pride to the end, dude. To the end.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Now we have. I wanted to do like kind of a little thing that you're normally used to doing, and that's just doing a little reaction to a current. Let me pull that up. This one is most insane weapons the U.S. military has.
Nice.
And we'll go ahead and play it. They got some pretty cool ones actually in this video. I kind of watched a little bit of it, but here we go.
Okay.
Lasers? The U.S. military has a pretty advanced army, and buried in those vaults are some of the strangest weapons ever invented. Here are the craziest military weapons the Army still uses today. Number 20. Atchison Assault Shotgun. Everyone knows the positives of a shotgun. They hit like a tank, complete with an earth-shattering sound. The cons? Very limited capacity. That makes it useful for scaring off a daughter's boyfriend or blowing the head off a zombie, but maybe not so much in combat. Military weapons require both accuracy, ease of use, and high capacity, not something shotguns are typically known for. Enter the Atchison. Also known as the Auto Assault 12, this gun is one of the only automatic combat shotguns ever created. It only needs the user to make a quick trigger pull to fire and can fire up to a whopping 300 shots a minute.
Yeah, that's unfair. A lot of people, you need to pay attention because we're about to play some really unfair weaponry for you. An automatic shotgun, an AA-12 is what it's called. That's what the common terminology will be. But it is an automatic shotgun. I think it has up to a 50-round drum magazine. And there's no need for that amount of firepower. Now, you brought up something in one of your previous videos where you're talking about, small arms fires typically cover or, suppression. Never really intended for killing unless it's, more close quarter combat or a sniper who's more equipped and specialized for long distance kills. Yeah. But for the most part, if you're getting killed by small arms fire, it's happening in a hand-to-hand or close quarter combat environment where you're getting close enough for that to even be a possibility. And I think you were bringing it up in a video of yours where you were talking about the some Marines or some Army or something that were being attacked in Afghanistan, and they were just firing back. And you were saying, they're not trying to hit anything. This is one of those things where it just lays down pellets. It just lays down death in front of it, and there's not much you can do if you're standing in front of it. But long range, no good.
Well, yeah, I think people don't realize just how ineffective some shotguns can be at mid to long range. It's like, you're not going to hit anything with them. They're very much task specific. Room clearing at best. But within the right effective range, these things can be, well, quite literally devastating.
Oh yeah.
While this model was designed in the 1980s and has largely fallen out of favor, future designs built on it and combat shotguns are still used today. Making them even more useful, the powerful recoil that comes with a shotgun, knocking many an unexpected user off their feet, is barely present here. It takes the power of a shotgun and combines it with the accuracy and use of a rifle. But sometimes the best way to survive combat is not to be seen. Number 19. Adaptive Camouflage. It's hard to get a convoy through enemy territory. One wrong move and you could come under attack from dozens of snipers, and staying under the radar is easier when you're not taking massive military vehicles with you. Camouflage has been used by militaries for thousands of years, often as simple as the color of clothing soldiers wear. But disguising something large like a tank is a different story. In 2011, that all changed as BAE Systems announced an incredible new program that could protect convoys from enemy eyes. But could someone really make a tank invisible? Surprisingly, yes. The adaptive camouflage system was simply surprisingly effective. The sides of the armored vehicle would be covered with around 1,000 hexagonal panels that would take thermal images of everything around the vehicle. They would then reflect what was on the other side, creating an image of an area without the vehicle in it. Alternatively, the camouflage could reflect the chosen image, like a harmless car driving through, to eliminate suspicion. The infrared stealth system remains one of the top choices for high-tech camouflage available today. Sometimes what an army needs is strength. Number 18.
So I guess, are they saying that it's only going to is it only going to camouflage the heat signature? Is that what it's saying?
I mean, from my understanding, that's probably one of the main things to get rid of in the first place, isn't it?
Yeah,
the heat
for
signature.
Sure.
Anything other than that is pretty futuristic, to be fair. I think camouflage is pretty basic across the whole world, really. You're not going to throw something that's really expensive into, disguising an inexpensive vehicle, for instance, That's what I've found anyway.
Yeah, and it makes sense too, because even when we're talking about like radar suppression on airplanes or whatnot, what we're really talking about is reducing a radar cross section. So reducing the amount of waves that get reflected back so that it appears that a F-35 looks like a large flying goose, but that's a large flying goose that's flying at Mach 1.4,
That's still going to get flagged up in some way, shape, or form. It depends on what's watching it back, really, isn't it? Like people's idea of invisibility, it just doesn't really exist militarily. It doesn't exist in the way they think anyway.
Yeah. But if you could, if you had a tank and you could project the radar, or not the radar, but the infrared signature of a Ford Ranger, then a Ford Ranger is not going to be able to, it may not be worth an artillery round that might only be able to carry a group of people or whatnot that can be dealt with smaller munitions. So hiding the fact that you've got a tank or a larger artillery system that can be attacked, and that's how they're finding a lot of these things. Even on the Ukrainian and Russian side, they're finding a lot of these things through infrared signatures. So
right.
All right, here we go.
No, they're not dropping a green giant guy on the enemy, although that would be pretty effective. The human universal load.
They're talking about you, Jindit, the Hulk.
Carrier was an attempt by Berkeley Robotics starting in the year 2000 to see what a human can do when given a little assistance. Carrying equipment is one of the biggest challenges of the Army, and it often makes it hard to travel from one location to another. So, the scientists asked, what if we could increase a soldier's carrying capacity? By how much? How about an inhuman 200 pounds while traveling 10 miles an hour? And all it would take was a simple exoskeleton. The Hulk was designed to fit around the legs and back, providing support and a powered assist while carrying a massively heavy backpack. Powered by batteries, it would run for up to 8 hours while marching and could operate for days with lighter use. While it did perform up to par for weight and none of the troops using it were injured by the weights, the Army wasn't quite satisfied with the freedom of movement it offered, and it could cause strain on muscles. While it's not currently used in combat, interest in the project remains, bringing us all a little bit closer to being Iron Man. In combat, the most important factor is none other than accuracy. Number 17, precision-guided firearm. In today's Army, many of the soldiers...
Okay, before we get to the precision-guided firearm, what they're talking about in those mech soldiers, that's an inevitable future soldier. It's going to happen, okay? Whether they encase the soldier in something... If some of you have seen The Expanse, and you see the Martian Marine when they're out in space and they have that suit that can deflect, like when they put the suit on inside of the ship or inside of a normal environment, they have a lot of, bullets get reflected off of it, and it just requires a lot more. It gives them a lot more protection, gives them kind of a heads-up display within that. That's an inevitable future for the soldier, okay? That's going to happen. But right now we're actually seeing it trying to be implemented in test scenarios, which is always going to happen. You're always going to see test scenarios first, especially like if you have some kind of behind the scenes with the military, whether you're like, for me, I was lucky enough to be at a naval weapons station. So they had all kinds of test stuff that was going on around me that I got to see. Or if you're part of, certain special forces, they'll get the test stuff first, or, they'll be able to field test certain items or whatnot. And that's before it goes out to to first the military and then to the public. Like in your other video when they were talking about it, it's 20 years, 30 years down the road before they'll see something that's already being looked at and used on a daily basis in the military.
Absolutely, man. Something I've thought about with regards, so these exoskeleton suits, it's for one objective, to give the A side an advantage when fighting B side. It's to give an advantage. Whether it's comfortable or not, it's something that doesn't matter as much. It's whether or not you can get an advantage. So my question to you is slightly off topic. I've often thought about the use of performance enhancing drugs in the military? And at certain levels, do you think it should be accepted at certain levels? Because I think it should, personally, at certain levels and in certain capacities in the military. I think it can be used to give an advantage.
I think as long as there's informed consent amongst the soldiers,
Yeah.
I don't think that there is a reason to not. You know, it's kind of like saying to some person, you know, do you think steroids should be allowed in wrestling? Well, kind of the allure is their big body built, you know, ability to be strong and do flips, and then, so how can you not expect them to? You know what I mean? Like, you gotta either. You know, in football, for instance, what do? We put helmets on them because we know they're about to go bash their fucking heads together.
Yeah.
You know, it's informed consent. So as long as there's informed consent, I don't think that there should be a problem with that. That being said, they did it in the military. They did it in Vietnam, I believe, with amphetamines. Yeah, I believe the U.S. military used amphetamines on soldiers inside of Vietnam and openly used it. So it wasn't like it was like a hidden secret or anything. I believe it was just accepted, you know, that they were going to be that they needed amphetamines. I don't know the whole story about that, so don't quote me on everything, but I know amphetamines played a role in the Vietnam soldier, and it was accepted in the Vietnam military structure over in Vietnam. It was almost necessary because they were of the way that their force was under attack from, you know, ambushes and guerrilla attacks. You always had to be up. You always had to be ready.
You needed something extra.
So yeah, you couldn't do it as a normal human being.
Are trained
But yes, I do agree with you. As long as it's informed consent, sure, why not?
marksmen, but many only get basic training, and in the event of a draft, it's likely some would be thrown into combat with only a few weeks of training. That's why today's military is focused on how to take a little of the work off the soldier and onto the gun itself. The precision-guided firearm is an upgraded sniper rifle that not only has the traditional tracking scope, but comes with wireless smart technology to pick up data to make it easier to hit your target. And when we say pick up data, we mean all of the data. The most advanced of all these weapons can hack into a local and larger network to pick up data from voice and video all around. The digital scope can also provide visual assistance for locking onto the target, similar to how fighter jets often have precise targeting mechanisms. If this sounds like super spy territory, that's because it is, and many of these weapons can track targets and figure out the best possible vantage point to hit them from, without much input from the man behind the scope. But what if it wasn't just the gun that was smart?
Yeah, so this exists. All right, we've pulled up scopes on my channel before that allow you to input your it has a GPS in it built in, so it knows where you're at, exact height, and it will correct for Coriolis, drop over distance. That's
insane.
Yeah, these sniper scopes exist already, and those are civilian sniper scopes. These are scopes sold to civilians, so you can only imagine the military grade are getting to the point that they're hacking people's phones and listening in.
Yeah, I think people underestimate just how, like we've talked about this, how advanced some of the kit is out there. I mean, you look at this, hear some of the stories of Afghanistan, of just some of the kit that the Taliban was getting online. You know, some of the kit they were able to source as a civilian, so to speak, was actually better in some ways than the military grade stuff that was getting used against them. So there's certain elements of the military, I have no doubt, will have some absolutely unbelievable technological advancements with kit. 100%. It has to.
Yeah.
Number 16. Smart bullets. Precision-guided munitions are not new. Missiles and torpedoes are often equipped with guiding mechanisms that can not only just lock onto targets, but change their trajectory if the target moves. In 2008, the Exacto program at DARPA switched their strategy.
I don't know if they're going to talk about the F-35 in here, but for those that don't know, what they were showing right there was something what makes the F-35 like super capable in the United States military. A plane only has a certain range on a missile, you know, before it can be intercepted by the enemy. So let's say they want to fire a missile in, they have to get within the radar of the enemy to be able to lock on and fire upon the target. So what the F-35 now does is the F-35 can avoid that target lock. So what they do is they go inside of the radar range, and then the missile is fired from outside of the radar range, and then the F-35 guides the missile down to the target. So it's not the combat effectiveness of the missile that's the issue with reducing the ability for the effectiveness of the original air fighter or the original bomber, but it is the ability to get within the range of the radar that is the limiting factor. So they'll get shot down before they can get their missile off. So that's what the F-35 is for. This is like, I know it's not smart bullets, but it's basically smart missiles using the F-35.
From focusing solely on smart guns, developing bullets that can have the same abilities. The earliest model would illuminate the target with a laser designator, and the bullet would be keyed to follow that. It would be able to track targets up to a mile away and change position 30 times a second. But modern designs might be even more advanced. The research into smart bullets is ongoing, and Dr. Roland Barrett developed a model that would have 3 fiber optic eyes around it for tracking. Other designed bullets would be able to be controlled by radio waves or travel around corners automatically without needing to be fired from a curved barrel. These weapons are still in development, and the biggest roadblock in their way? Money. After all, most soldiers will only use one gun, but a lot of bullets, and making every one of them a smart bullet would involve a lot of technology. Maybe time to send those bullets through community college instead. Sometimes, though, you need non-lethal weapons. Number 15.
I do like infographics. They do have a little bit of a funniness to them, but yeah, with smart bullets, they absolutely nailed it. Until they can find a good way to make those cheap and effective, there's not really any point in it. The better thing is just to get a rifle that shoots a bullet straight and get bullets that fire when struck.
Yeah, and obviously the person behind the weapon system to be competent in using that weapon system as well, I think is quite important. We've seen in certain areas in the Middle East, where they literally just throw the weapon systems in front of themselves and pull the trigger and just hope for the best type thing. It's like, doesn't matter how many rounds you fire into the direction, if you can't use it properly, you're not very effective.
Yeah, and the next one coming up has a special place in my heart, because we do a Taser Tuesdays on this channel, and we put out a video where someone gets tased. Hey, don't laugh, we're about to do a Taser Tuesday tonight.
Nice.
We're gonna have on Sunday nights. I do my Taser Tuesday teaser. So we'll be doing that here shortly after this video. We'll do about half this video because it's kind of long, and I don't want to make the people sit around and listen to us talk about infographics all day. But I wanted to kind of give them the experience of having you and doing your kind of style of video.
Taser Shockwave.
Awesome.
A stun gun can be a useful way to neutralize an enemy without killing or seriously hurting them, like when you need them coherent for interrogation. But that becomes a lot harder when the person is part of a large group of enemies.
Let's go Taser Tuesday, baby!
They're probably going to overwhelm you before you get the chance to fire the taser more than once, and that's if you don't run out of charge. But what if you could fire 10 tasers at one time? That's the question the mad scientists at the Taser Corporation decided to answer, and the resulting weapon was amazing, if not exactly practical. Meet the Taser Shockwave, a battery of stun guns attached to cables and loaded into a launcher. When triggered, the tasers shoot out and deliver powerful shocks to just about anyone they hit. It might look like a many-headed dragon, but it's effective at incapacitating attackers quickly and in large numbers, if it hits the target.
That sounds horrendous, man.
I'm fucking sold. I'm ready. Like, this thing, we have 10 Taser Tuesdays on one Tuesday if we had this thing.
Oh man, that's amazing. It's just, what is the person who designed it? The mad scientist.
Yeah, at the Taser Corporation.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
All right, here we go. We'll do like a couple more, and then we'll shut it down after that, or we'll shut down this video.
Isn't really its strong suit, and in a combat situation, there's no guarantee it would hit its target. Taser continues to refine the weapon, and some think it might be more suited to crowd control than combat. And sometimes, you need weapons in the most unusual circumstances. Number 14. Heckler & Koch P11. You're on a submarine and you get an alert. A saboteur is trying to sink you. You get into the water to engage, but there is just one problem. Your gun isn't equipped for firing underwater. Ordinary rounds lose range and accuracy when fired underwater. Fortunately, you're armed with the Heckler & Koch P11, one of the best underwater pistols ever developed. It's short and stubby, looking more like a checkout scanner than a gun, but it packs a punch. But the surface isn't the only thing that makes it different. The P11 only has 5 barrels as opposed to the usual 6. It fires steel darts rather than traditional bullets, but they can still tear through the enemy. And rather than being traditionally fired, it uses a battery pack in the grip. Also, don't use it recklessly. It can't be reloaded by users and has to be returned to the factory for more ammo. This isn't a weapon that's used too often unless we wind up fighting an army from the lost city of Atlantis, but its secrets are well kept. So well, in fact, its manufacturer won't comment on it. Sometimes the military goes small, and sometimes they go big. Number 3.
Oh, no. I don't see that as being a combat effective weapon.
Nah, not if you got to hand the bloody thing back in to get the batteries rechanged and stuff. Yeah.
Let's see. We'll skip past the electromagnetic railgun. That's another drone. Let's see if they have anything worth talking about on here. Well, they have tanks, but okay. How about this? We're gonna cut it. We're gonna cut from there. Because I want to go through a couple of super chats. I want to bring Brainy Beaver on, and I have a few more things I want to talk to you about, because boxing, okay, right? Dude. You like boxing?
Yeah.
You never talk about it on your channel, but I can see that you have an enthusiasm for it. So let's talk boxing. Let's just get some boxing off of your chest here in a minute. But hey, Brainy Beaver, if you're out there in the audience, go ahead and join on the link, Brainy. All right, so yeah, boxing. So what's your interest in boxing? You said you boxed a little bit as a kid earlier, or as a youngster. I don't know how old you were, but
so I first started boxing at age 11. The typical story, of I grew up in a rough area kind of thing, and I got the shit kicked out of me when I was growing up, and my dad took me to karate to start out with, and I wasn't very good at it, and then I went to boxing. And then my first 5 fights wasn't really good at it, In my heart, I'm quite a soft person. I don't think you can truly change who you are. You can change elements to yourself, but you can't really change who you are in your heart. And at that level, quite a soft person. But things changed when I changed boxing club, and something, I don't know, you get the right boxing coach, the right mentor, and things just went really good for me. And then I started winning fights. I was winning by referee stops the fight, by knockout, by technical knockout at 12, 13 year old. So I went from quite poor to really good overnight, And then I had the choice of joining the military, and I went down that route, and it kind of fell by the wayside a bit, But if there's anything that I can say I was good at, it was boxing. I can't really say I was a good soldier. Your service will do that for you. I wasn't a natural good soldier, but I was a natural good boxer. I had to work hard to be a good soldier every single day, and I couldn't afford to slip up. But boxing came naturally to me, man. A little bit disappointed that I never really reached my full potential. But hey, that's life. We don't get what we want. We get what we need, don't we?
Oh yeah, and we do either make the most of it or don't. And that's what I think. That's what a good thing that you're doing on YouTube, man. You're making the most of what's life giving you. Just like
Absolutely,
me,
man.
Just like me, because one of the things I was telling somebody is what makes a good YouTuber is one of two things: either extreme charisma, right? You have to have a lot of charisma. That's me. I'm this. I have to be overly hyper entertainable because I don't have any real defining professional experiences that I can use to relate to my to something on YouTube. Where you've managed to do that, you've managed to take your professional experience as a military man and convert that over into a YouTube channel and giving the insight that only somebody that was in the military would even be able to give.
Yeah. It's funny you should say that, though, because I kind of feel similar way to you in the sense that maybe like I'm not a Jocko Willock, I'm not a John Rambo, I'm not a Ant Middleton. You know, these guys have been at the knife edge for a long time, doing a lot of real hard, newsworthy, talk about podcasty stuff. And I just haven't got those stories. And I wanted to be that voice for those 99% of military individuals who don't get to be on the TV shows because they've kicked Osama bin Laden's door in. Like, there's not many people get to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to think, well, actually, you know, I might not be that, but I still did something really tough and really, really hard that I'm proud of. And just being a Royal Marines Commando means a lot to me. And I wanted to kind of showcase that, even though I'm not even though I might not have the, you know, the 100, 200 stories of gruesome war stories that some people may have, you know, I can't pretend to be that because I'm not, but there's a story out there for everyone, man. And yeah, it's a strange one.
Yeah, my gruesome war stories come from after the military. Anything that's really fucking I don't like really talking about is after the military, which is what the military prepared me for. You know, like everybody goes through hard things in life. Excuse me, struggles, and you know, like I found myself so down at times that like. And not because that's why I sympathize with a lot of people who do go through, you know, PTSD and they find themselves homeless. And you just say, you want to say, man, get your ass up and go to work, you know. And then sometimes it's like, well, you can't really because you kind of, you know, you understand, you know, life's hard. Life shits on you sometimes. And sometimes it can shit on you in another country or in your own country, you know. And you got to bring that home.
That's so true, man. Like when I was telling people like a little bit of like my story, like I joined the Marines to sort myself out. Like joining the Royal Marines was a safer option. It was a better option. It was something that I needed. So for me, I didn't go into the Royal Marines to get how do I put it? A lot of people who go into the military, those who come out with problems. I went in to sort mine out. You know, like my problems as a civilian far exceeded any problems that I could ever face in the Marines. That's why I wasn't bothered about where they would send me, what they would do. Like you talk about post-traumatic stress. Like I had horrendous. I don't even like using the word PTSD because it's so synonymous with war, and I haven't got that to fall on as an excuse. But if I was to describe what I was going through as a civilian before I joined, man, I had it big time just off what I'd experienced as a civilian, you know.
What made you join the Marines?
I was getting in trouble with the law. I was like I say, I was a bouncer. I was 18 when I started working on the door, but you know, I got in with the wrong crowd because I could handle myself with my fists through boxing. I found myself earning money on the door, but you know, I was young. I was getting exploited, getting used by the fact that I could fight, and I was naive. You know, I was impressionable. So they had me, you know, on the front door. They had me inside doing all of the handiwork, and you know. Like everything, you might just hit the wrong person or get involved with the wrong person, and then you know things start going downhill pretty quick. So I found myself fighting on the beaches and stuff with people who were dealing drugs and getting in trouble with police because I've been involved in a fracas with some people, and it just went downhill, you know. And I thought, if I don't rejoin the military here, I'm probably going to end up in prison, you know. Or for something pretty bad. So it really did sort my life out. I needed it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, give me 1 second, Jindit, because we do have a new person joining the panel. Mr. Brainy Beaver, how are you doing tonight, Brainy? Are you there, Brainy? You were there. Come on.
Check. There it is.
Oh my gosh, you're so loud.
Hello.
Hold on.
Hey, Brainy. How you doing?
Not too bad. How you doing? Oh, I am loud.
Good stuff, dude.
What the hell?
All right.
Well, hold on. I can turn the gain down on my end.
I did. No. I already took care of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Brainy Beaver, what up, man?
Hello. How's everybody doing? Hey, Jen Did, how you doing? I've been enjoying your content lately. Team here is the one who drove me in that direction. The algorithm had not handed me you yet, but I have also been engorged in Russian defeat the last couple of months. It's been quite amazing.
Awesome, man. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. I do appreciate it.
A couple of things I want to talk about while we have Brainy here. Because I wanted to give you a good opportunity for the crowd to really get to know who you were as a person, and I wanted to just kind of ask general questions that would lead them into the direction of your channel if they see it fit. I'm a very pro freedom of speech guy, and I don't tell people go sub to this guy. I say go check him out. You know, if you like him, they'll like you. So go check him out. You'll sub. I'm confident enough. You'll sub. Go check him out. But now that I got you and Brandy together, I wanted to kind of change this up and ask a little bit more specific topics to my community, okay? A couple of things. We have this guy going around. He's a jackass. His name is Chille de Castro, okay? So today, Mr. Jindit said that he wants to get involved in creator boxing matches.
Yes.
Man, I want to get you here to America, okay, for a boxing match. We have to make that happen.
I want this to happen. I want it to happen, man, because, hey, this is where you'll skeptic. Hey, you've watched enough of my videos. You know I'm not gonna blow smoke up my own arse, so to speak. I don't like that. I like to try and
you don't look
humbly.
that flexible.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, not anymore. But there's one thing that I'm really confident about. Even though I'm a bit older, I know there's one thing for sure, that given the right training, the right amount of time, it has to be the right circumstances in this kind of boxing circle, the YouTube boxing scene. I know the big names out there wouldn't last 1, 2, 3 rounds with me. I would blow them all away big time. Like, I'm talking your KSIs, I'm talking your Jake Pauls, your Logan.
Hold on.
Calling out Jake.
Hold on, hey.
I would destroy him. I'm telling you, but I'm not big enough on YouTube to be able to make it happen. And I understand that that's not a business. I would destroy that lad.
I'll set up your first fight. I'll be your hype man. I'll be your corner guy. What do they do in boxing? I gotta like rub Vaseline on your face and stuff. I'll be that guy.
Rings and put your hair way
bro,
up.
listen, I don't know how many fingers you got, but I got 10 of them. I can wear all kinds of rings. I can get all the Vaseline.
Skeptic, I'm a Marine, man. We don't need a boxing fight for you to rub grease on my back. Let's make it happen anytime.
Well, listen, I like the idea of doing one of these kind of YouTuber boxes, but I need like a bunny hill or like a dad's only boxing round or something. That said, I was telling Team in your chat today that I could see myself being able to box Team. Yeah, I know that he has some practice, in the ring, if you will. But I have the benefit of the mass, and he has the benefit of being an air elemental because he's wispy.
Yeah, awesome. Try catching a little guy like me. You'll be surprised. Like, all you gotta do, here's I have a benefit, right? So let's say Jindit's big dude, right? Let's say he grabs you in a bear hug. Well, I start sweating. When I start sweating, I slide out. Bear hugs are ineffective against me. It's just the way it's physics.
That's just like greased up deaf guy on Family Guy. You just
pop
right out. You can't
watch
that guy at all.
It's physics. Okay, so here's what I need. We gotta hype this up a little bit. I need one of my mods or somebody out there to find me the original Chille video I did. Oh man, hold on. I'm gonna do it because I know where to go find it real quick. Oh wow, thank you. Let's see. I got a PayPal and I've got to check the messages and everything on that. But thank you so much, whoever sent that in.
My wife says that my look is retired footballer. Like I got really strong legs. Like you should see my calves. They're all muscle, but like it starts getting funhouse me around a waistline a little bit.
You look like a retarded tennis ball. I mean, a retired tennis ball guy.
Oh my!
No, retired footballer. Like once I was in my prime. Now I've just got all that burly mass.
No, I'm talking about
slowly converting into fat.
I'm talking about one of them kids. One of them kids that chase down the tennis balls as they get hit around the court. You look like a retired one of those.
Do you not think the worst physique? And I feel as if I'm sporting this as well. The worst physique for me is the guy that used to be in shape. And now he's not. That kind of shape is horrendous. The post-good shape.
It's like you're really big on the top. You know what I mean? Like you can see that there was once a lot of muscle there, but it's just slowly.
Yeah.
All right, I'm
down. Somebody performed a magic trick on the muscle and turned it all to fat, like Kazam. Like
all that muscles just went south to the belly, man.
So Jindit, check it out. We're making this happen. Okay, I'm about to play his fight promo video for you. Okay.
Man, let's go.
It's a short clip. It's the first clip that made me I was like, yeah, I fucking hate this guy already. And so I'm getting you hyped up. But look, all the people in the chat right now, they're gonna love you, bro. They're gonna love you. When you beat the shit out of this guy, he's gonna be like, everybody's gonna be like, I subbed to Jindit before he had 20 million subscribers.
I was there, dude.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I'm getting called out by saying football or by all the English people. They're saying it's soccer players. Yes, fair enough.
Oh, yeah.
I'm using the North American football, not the European football. I agree with the European name better because all the Americans, all we do is we just kick the ball. Like that's the only time the foot touches it. Everything else is should be handball.
Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna search the part, but this is the alpha male that you're going up against. Okay.
Damn, who is this guy?
You have no idea. Oh, I'm gonna put it. Here's what I'll do. I'll put it on a little fast until he says some things. But watch.
Is there a reason why you pulled me over?
Yes, there is.
Yeah, that's alpha.
University and
that's totally alpha right there, guys.
And rule, and then you made an improper turn right here when you cut the car off. That was the lane number L2. Do you have a driver's license, please?
I do, but it's in here. You're not going to be scared if I reach it, are you?
Do you have any weapons?
Well, I don't answer any questions, but you can clearly...
What you think, Jindit? You think that cop's scared he's going to grab any weapons? Because he's obvious. He's an alpha. He's about to tell you he's an alpha, okay?
Yeah. He needs to be scared, man.
See inside of my vehicle.
He's not scared of you. I can promise you that. The only thing he's scared of is himself. Because he himself, that's the only thing gods are scared of are themselves. So he's an alpha god.
Vehicle. I have camera equipment. I'm a TV producer.
Okay. Do you have a driver's license, please?
I do.
Could you grab it for me, please?
But I did a U-turn where the road was closed. I just want you to notice that.
All right. Could you give me your driver's license, please?
I can, but I got to reach in here, and I don't want you to be scared.
Just give me your driver's license.
This is the Mullen Commission. I teach constitutional law.
Okay.
That's the other thing. He teaches constitutional law. So you're not just beating the shit out of a alpha god, but you're also beating the shit out of an alpha god constitutional expert.
Yes, that's quite an alpha male right there.
Let me get him up to where he gets out of the car because that's where you get a chance to see his real aggression. See, Jindit, I'm afraid to show you the rest of this video because I want to set this up, and I'm afraid you're gonna see this and be scared and see like, no.
This guy is a piece of shit. He really is.
Put a 1 in the chat if you think this is about to intimidate Mr. Jindit. Put a 1 in the chat. I want to see all 1s because we need to get him hyped. We need to get him. No, I can't let 300 people say that I'm scared. No, I'm coming to America. Beat the shit out of Chille. That's what I'm going to have you say by the end of the night.
Let me see if it's a... Let me just take a look and see. Oh, it's on the other side. Let me get my
on the passenger side.
I can get it. I don't need you. I don't need your help. You can. Okay. I'm not a criminal, so get the fuck off of me, brother.
I'm gonna have you wait in your car.
No, I'm gonna grab my registration like you asked me to do.
Sir, I'm gonna have you wait in your car.
You're not giving me a lawful order. I teach constitutional law. Be very careful what you do.
Okay, this is
careful. I'm going. You're not for officer safety under Terry versus Ohio. I'm Pennsylvania versus Mims right now. I'm outside of my car. The 1978 holding. Are you sure? Yes. I'm allowed to go over and get my registration as he asked me to do. Stop demanding. Look what he's doing. He's demanding me around. Yes. This is not a lawful order.
Directing me back into your vehicle.
No, because I said don't tell me what to do.
Directing me back into your vehicle.
No, because I said don't tell me what to do.
Yeah, I don't know, Jen. I don't know, man.
What did he tell him again?
He told him to get back in his vehicle.
Just told him to get in the car.
Yeah, because you can't just walk out. Like, I don't care who you think you are. You know, officers got to remain safe.
Well, it's immediately aggressive.
Yeah,
yeah.
And he's intentionally antagonizing. He said, "Oh, my insurance on the other side of the car." Well, then reach over to the other side of the car and get your fucking insurance out. There's no need to get out and go all the way.
Yeah.
You got out and went all the way around.
You just got to play the game, haven't you?
Yeah, look, he took a camera with him. You know, he wants this interaction with him. But this is all a fight promo video. He did this for you, Jen did. He's trying to get you to come to America so he can beat you up, man.
You don't understand. If you make one mistake here, I will go after you.
Okay.
So now let me get my registration as he asked me to do.
I'm going to have you wait in your vehicle.
I need to go around the other side to get my registration.
Okay. When I'm ready
to already looked at you're not the boss of me. You're a cop doing a job.
Yes.
You have no other skills on this.
This is my traffic stop.
This is not your traffic stop. This is my freedom.
This is my traffic stop.
This is not your traffic stop. This is my freedom. This is my freedom.
So I'm going to
he asked me to get the registration. I'm getting it. No.
I'm asking you to wait in your car.
No. The answer is no. The answer is no. You cannot demand that I do unlawful orders. I teach constitutional law.
Jindit, let me ask you a question. Go ahead.
I think he teaches constitutional law, by the way.
No, I don't see it. I don't know where you would come up with that idea. You hadn't only said it 10 times.
We would have heard that.
Yeah,
we would have heard that by now too.
But look, I want to make a point
kidding,
out.
of course.
I'm going to point something out. Why Jen Dit should be scared of Chille Jesse Raphael. Okay. If have you ever seen anybody wear glasses like that? That is a brave man. That man right there.
You get issued those when you complete Tier 1 Special Forces training, so we might be looking at...
hey, no. He got that as a Power Ranger, goddammit.
Oh, yeah, he's an ex-Power Ranger.
He's an ex-Power Ranger, just so you know. He was kicked off because he alphaed up against the director. The director was put in his place and then put him in his place.
Yeah, any Royal Marine should definitely be scared of a man that's brave enough to wear those glasses in public.
Be very careful, officer.
Okay.
You don't think that it'll affect you, but by about the second year, when I get into your jacket and you get a complaint on your jacket, and then you get demoted from overtime, and then that affects your pension.
Get your hand out of my face.
My hand's not in your face. I'm having a discussion like a regular. Now you're touching me. Get your fucking hands off me.
You moved into me. I was standing right here.
Look, who's walking up and doing what to who?
I'm not moving at all, sir.
I have 300,000 followers, brother. They're gonna love this. I have.
Did you hear that?
He didn't do that, did he?
So look, hey. He's got more subscribers than you. I mean, he doesn't really have 300,000. He's kind of delusional. But we're just going to go off of what he said.
It was TikTok. No, he was on TikTok.
Don't give that man any credit. I'm just kidding. Yes, he had 300,000 and somebody got his ass kicked off.
TikTok followers aren't the same thing. They don't translate the same as other platforms. It's TikTok is just,
What were you going to say?
You know what I find with people like him, right? There's a fine line between being smart and a smart ass. And he's been a smart ass. He clearly knows a thing or two, but he's been a smart ass right there. He could just sit down, do as he's told, and be on his way. I feel for the police officer here. I did a course which made me I was a warrant card holder in the Marines. I did a service police course just before I left the military. So I feel his pain. You get loads of smart asses out there trying to pull the wool over your eyes and trying to exercise their rights. At the end of the day, there's someone else is in charge here, and just listen to him. Your day's going to be a lot easier if you just comply. I don't know, man.
Dude, you get it. How come he doesn't?
Because he
nailed it because they don't comply.
Yeah.
But it's not the fact that he disagrees. He just wants to go against the narrative for I don't know. He's probably a narcissist.
Well, in a lot of cases on YouTube, it's views now. But they lack, what I think it is they just lack the ability to understand which battles are worth fighting. Like, when you get pulled over and you you accidentally turned right somewhere and you get pulled over and you're getting a ticket, we all want to rip our hair out and, curse out the cop and be like, well, I didn't mean to turn there. It was, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But, sometimes you just got to bend over and take it a little bit. It's just the way it works.
Yeah. And you know what I found as well? The attitude test really does help. Like, if you're going to be a dick, you're going to get trapped like one, and if you use your common sense, a bit of manners, sometimes you got to kiss ass a little bit, then guess what, mate? It's it probably is going to help you out. At the end of the day, if you screwed up, you screwed up.
Yeah. I've talked myself out of so many potential tickets, like nothing major, like nothing worth, nothing worth writing home about, and that's why I was able to be like, oh man, I didn't know that, and maybe you're fibbing a little bit, but you were treating the guy with respect, and he was like, man, it ain't worth writing the paperwork today. I'm just gonna let this. And even one time I got pulled over, I was legit speeding. The guy said, any reason you're going that fast? I'm like, because it can, and I just said, it was a nice day. He ended up going back. My wife was pregnant, that probably helped, but he went back to the car and he wrote an official warning, so it prints it out. If you get pulled over a week later, you can't say, I'm a good boy. They know you're lying.
Well, anyway,
it goes a long way, man.
Yeah, so he has 300,000 followers, so he's bigger than you, and obviously he's much more muscular than you are, because you're just
actually
you're only about 10% bigger than I. So
I'm looking at his head. He's got quite a big head, so he could be. Is he a secret big guy? I don't know. I haven't seen him before.
He did invent the jock sock. He did invent the jock sock.
The jock sock. Oh yeah.
I'm not kidding. He patented the jock sock. Yeah. It didn't make him any money.
And you saw the thing where he's getting paint. He was doing like body paint, he was like a model for body painting on the beach and shit.
Yeah, he's a moron.
He just does whatever it seems he can do. Some people said, because he even says in that video to like message coded friends on Instagram, and somebody was saying on another stream that may have been some form of escort service, but that is we don't know that for a fact here.
Is he on YouTube? He's not, is he?
Yeah, his name's Delete Laws. Delete Laws. I'm setting it up though. I'm setting up the boxing match. I'm telling him. I'm saying I got this
41,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, well, on YouTube. Yeah.
He's growing. Yeah. In the last like 2 months though.
I kind of made him popular. My bad, people.
Well, we all helped.
We all helped. Yeah, everybody. But yeah, go ahead.
Fair one, man.
300,000 followers, brother. They're going to love this. I'm trying to get my registration as he asked me to do. I'm not a danger to anybody. I've already showed him the inside of my car.
Nobody has asked you to exit the vehicle.
Okay, I'm getting the registration. Why are you in my face? I don't understand this. You want to follow me? He wants the registration. I want to get it for him.
I want you to keep waiting right here in your driver's seat.
Listen, see, this is the problem with police in America. This guy right here is an authoritarian piece of shit. This guy right here, he's trying to demand me around. What he doesn't understand is he doesn't have dominion over me. I'm not under arrest. And since I'm clearly going to identify I don't have any weapons, now he can't Terry stop me. Do you see the difference?
He could.
Somebody going by is thinking, what the fuck is happening here?
Look, the person in the white car right there just saw that whole fucking pole dance he did on the side of the road.
The dude getting these. Look at my abs.
Oh, I know.
That cop just told him to show him his belly.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like,
ass to the grass.
Yeah, but he's about to remind everybody that he's the alpha. Okay, so everybody, I know you're making fun of him now, but in a minute you're gonna realize your mistake. Here we go.
If he didn't know I didn't have weapons, then he could handcuff me. But because now if he does handcuff me, he's working outside of the color of law. And that's U.S. Code 18, Section 242. You can't let tyrants like this push you around. He literally was physically touching me, when if he didn't have that badge and gun, he would never do that to me. Ever, because he knows better. He knows what would happen.
Us that have served in the military know that that's not a tyrant, by the way. We know what tyrants are in the world.
The man just wants to get his check and go home and crazy, man.
Yeah, he's just standing there. People are always like, why do they let them go? Like in my comments, I get comments like, why do they let him go? Why didn't they actually bring him in and book him? I'm like, well, at the end of the day, it actually just costs the taxpayers money, costs the police officer time, and really just
waste
wastes
resources.
And really, if that person... Well, and if the person doesn't have a criminal record, usually they don't seem to think this, but it does usually try to err on the trying to give people chances so that they don't end up getting criminal records, because it affects them long term, right?
Yeah, true.
All right, here we go.
Don't you? Without that badge and gun, we both know what would happen. You're the beta male. I'm the alpha male. And you know that. And you're...
There you go.
The look on his face.
And you're scared. He's not even talking to the cop there. He's talking to Jen Dit right now.
Anyone who calls themselves an alpha immediately demotes themselves by default.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
what I've always said. If you have to say it, you're not an alpha.
Yeah, it's
real
like,
alphas don't have to say it.
So obviously, Jindit, I'm hyping it up. You're not scared of him, or are you? Speak for yourself. Are you scared? I mean, should I not set this up?
There's never been a time. I'm just kidding. There's never been a time in a boxing match that I haven't been absolutely petrified. But I love being petrified before a boxing match because what it does to me, I don't know if it does this to everyone, but what it does is sends hormones raging around my body through my thoughts, through my physicality. Everything changes, and that fear. Literally, man, it's dangerous. It's dangerous.
It's like your ayahuasca.
Man, it's powerful. If you can harness fear, you can do some crazy stuff with it, man.
Chille, is not scared of fear. He invented fear. He is the arbiter of fear, the deliverer of fear. You only experience fear in this world because Chille has allowed you to, Jindit. So I'm making this boxing
he's that confident.
I'm making this happen.
That confident when he fights.
This dude is that confident in everything.
Hey, I think he is that confident when he fights. He refuses to take his glasses off because he knows nothing's happening to them things. They're staying on his head. No one's going to hit them glasses off his head.
Hold on. I got another one for you because I got to show you. This is him actually going after. Let me get this video real quick. This will show you his true might because nobody would act this way without true might. So let me pull that up real quick. Like only true alphas would do this, would act this way. Oh, here.
The one thing about going all the way back to the war in Ukraine, the one thing that's been, I was watching. I didn't know until this. Like I knew that precision weapons, obviously. I did not know you could make a precision artillery shell until I found out Canada had sent them Excalibur shells, and I'm like, what is that? And I look it up, and it's like, oh my god, that's why I was watching a video today of them Ukrainians putting artillery shells basically inside the trench line, and it was absolutely amazing.
All right, it's going to take a few minutes to download this, so let me go ahead and read off my super chats that I've been holding off. I was going to say,
you got some supers.
Yeah, let me go through those real quick, guys. And before we get out of here tonight, I will turn over the questions just to the general audience. If you have any for Jindit that you'd like him to answer, you can tag me or Brainy or him, and we'll read them off, and he can answer them. Yeah. I'm not going to answer any questions because I don't answer questions. It's my First Amendment right, and I've not given any of y'all permission to board my vessel yet. So, Doctor Who's been a month for that's what. Everything's a vessel,
Captain, yeah, it's a vessel. That's right.
Doctor Who been in for 13 months. His accent is like mine. Does he know Hartlepool? Do you know Hartlepool?
Yeah, so I would pronounce it Hartlepool. Hartlepool is about 20 miles south of where I am. So I know Hartlepool quite well.
Okay, well, I'll help you work on your pronunciation after the show. Your pal Al.
Hey, yeah, whatever. Ask this asshole to say antenna.
Hold on, Jindit. Bro,
Yeah.
Okay? You seem like a generally honest guy, so you'd correct me. I actually believe you care about me, okay? You're here on my show. I believe that in this weird type of way, we have this love that me and Brainy Beaver will never have, okay? So that's a shot at you, Brainy, not a compliment to him. Let me ask you something. When I say this word, am I saying it right or wrong, okay?
Come on, then, let's go.
All right, and remember, I was in the Navy.
It's gonna be altered.
I was in the Navy, and I worked on these things in the Navy, and I said this word the whole time in the Navy. Okay, antenna.
It's not looking good.
It is looking good. It sounds great. I can hear myself in my headphones. It sounds
it's
great.
Like, I don't know, if I was thinking, is he referring to his auntie called Tenna? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I can't comment on anything with regards accents and pronunciation. I try my best to sound... If I was to turn my proper accent on, if my non-military voice from where I'm from, which is Sunderland, You wouldn't understand a word I'm saying. Trust me.
Are you like Brad Pitt on what's that fucking movie? You know the movie I'm talking about.
Have you seen Geordie Shore
Here's the
on
Pikey?
MTV? No.
Somebody knows the movie I'm talking about in the chat.
Snatch.
Snatch with Snatch.
Snatch.
They were like gypsies, I think.
Yeah, gypsies, mate. The gypsies are tough as hell, man. I fought quite a few gypsies in the amateur boxing. So I actually fought Tyson Fury's cousin twice, believe it or not. He's a professional boxer now, actually. Yeah, I met the Furies years and years ago before Tyson was even famous. But he's always been tall geezer, like 15, 16, 17. Humongous, man.
Have you ever heard of Charlie Zelenoff?
Oh, God. Yeah, you know something, right? I'll be honest. I think there's something mentally wrong with him. I think he's ill.
Oh,
like, that dude can't be of it went past rage for him. I was like, well, there's something clearly wrong with him. You couldn't I would feel that hitting or fighting him in a boxing match would be wrong. I don't know what it is with him, but do you think there's something wrong with him?
Yeah, for sure. But well, there's some things that I think that play into him, like just from his trolling, no. But when you take into the other factors, like what he did with Kim Kardashian and a few other people, well, he stalked her. He was legitimately stalking her. Like they got orders, and she probably gets a million people that are like, "I love you, this and that, Mary, I'm gonna be there." No, he went to her house. He put out like 200-300 videos about her. But once you take that into account, then you start to see that the man should have. Yeah, he was just insane. If it was just somebody who was out there trying to act tough and get internet clout for acting tough, I don't think there would be a mental issue with that. Like that, but he suffered from extreme narcissism. Like he really believed he was the only man on earth, and he's like 959 and 0 or something like that. That's what his record is.
Yeah, but and actually believed it as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I hated that dude when I first started watching him on YouTube, and he's quite big at one point, wasn't he? But yeah,
good old Charlie Z.
Something wrong with him in there.
Okay, so I have to, because the video that I originally was going to download, it was like 4 hours long. I'm just going to download my video, and I'm going to play a section from it. I have to find it, but I'm going to play a section from it. You need to know how tough this guy is before getting involved with a fight like this.
I'll be right back. Give me 10 seconds.
Did it really not? What happened? I think it just downloaded the audio for it. No, it's an MP4. Okay. Hold on. Tech. I love it. I'll just have to find it on in my downloader real quick. Or I mean in my files. But yeah, he talks a lot of shit. He thinks he's a badass. He tells everybody he threatened to come down to Dallas to kick my ass. He thinks that
Zeloff.
No, I'm sorry. This guy.
Right.
Chille guy. No,
we're talking. You've had a bit of beef with him, yeah?
I'm not gonna call it beef, because he doesn't bother me at all. But he's kind of my rivalry to some extent, or my rival to some extent, because I was one of the first people that really started covering him. I'm also one of the larger channels that have started covering him, so it's just the way it is.
So you're bringing a bit of traffic his way, really, as well, aren't you?
And fortunately, I probably do. But it's okay. If I was just putting him out there and saying you should go listen to this guy, then there should be an argument, that I should stop. But the fact that he's, I contradict his points. I think I do send people his way, but I think those people would find him regardless. But here was something funny. Okay, we got to play this. This was the intro to my video.
Let's go.
Listen, Team Skeptic is probably on our side, to be honest with you. He's for law and order.
Yeah, about that. Well, maybe this video will clear any confusion.
Oh, Skeptic is making fun of me? That's funny. That's okay.
Hey, guys. All right. So, that wasn't the full video, though. Let me get the full video. Oh, yeah. I think here's the full one right here, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, this is it right here. All right.
Riveting content. I was gone for minutes, and you have just teasing. I'm fucking.
Well, I started to download his original thing, and then it was like 4 hours long, and I was like,
for law and order.
Fuck that. Yeah, about that. All right, so let me find the part.
That was trippy.
All right. Oh yeah, these are his corner men, by the way.
You want transparency?
Absolutely.
What about you? You're not afraid?
Oh no, he's not down with that
you
guy.
break the law?
No. He
hate all
called out
cops?
that dude on the right.
Do you hate them all?
Not all of them.
Right, just the bad ones.
Just the bad ones.
You're addicted to methamphetamines?
No, sir.
No? Okay.
Yeah, those questions didn't. Yeah, that's his corner men for you. Okay, here's the part I want you to see. This is true alpha.
Ironton Auditor, he actually called him out in the end. They're not on. They're at
Oh
odds
yeah,
now.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I tried to see if Ironton Auditor wanted to come on and tell his side of the story so that Chille wasn't getting all the exposure on that one-sided story, but he declined. But it's okay. He was respectful about it. He was respectful about it.
Oh, he said no. Okay, I see. I didn't.
Yeah. No. He was very respectful, and he reached back and said no, thank you. And he was like, I don't need to bash. I'm not trying to look for a place to bash him. I was like, well, let me be clear. I'm not asking you to come bash Chille. He does that well enough on his own. I just want to give you an opportunity to speak your side of the story because my fans are only hearing his, you know. All right, so let me play this. This part right here, Jen did. This is true alpha male shit right here. He's doing something.
This guy could be secretly jacked though.
What address
He's got
is that?
like a potential jacked head.
Oh no, he is jacked up actually a little bit.
He looks jacked. I don't know.
Yeah, I know you are, but I'm doing mine right now.
For sure.
Really, Chille? And what job was that? See, the janitor came up and vacuumed, and that was enough to trigger him. Look how quickly he turns around. You know that startled him. Watch, you can see it. You can see it in the energy and the twist.
Yeah,
Watch.
it got him, didn't it?
What address is that?
Excuse me, I'm trying to do my job.
Yeah, I know you are, but I'm doing mine right now.
Oh, really, Chille? And what job would that be? Running from town to town,
Chille?
causing chaos? Only to leave and let everyone else clean up the mess that you made? This guy, on the other hand, has an actual job making a respectable living for himself. Something you should really try one day.
You're not gonna hide. You're not gonna hide transparency. You ain't gonna do it. It ain't gonna happen. No, I'm not gonna get out of your way. That ain't gonna happen. You ain't doing that. It ain't gonna happen. No how, no way.
Wow, he's a prick, man.
No how, no way.
This dude is a prick.
He's a nice guy, man. You guys don't like him?
Is he secretly jacked though? He's
big. He's not little.
I don't think it's a secret. He's a big dude.
Yeah, he looks like a big dude, but man, who cares, man?
I love it.
He jerks off to himself in the mirror, so he has to be big because he wants to be attractive. You know, he wants to be attractive. He's, you get it.
He's got that.
He has
got
two
that
mirrors.
roid head though, hasn't he? He's got a roid head.
He has two mirrors so he can have menage a trois. Or a menage a moi.
So dumb.
All right. So
imagine if this dude was like secretly really tough though. Like could beat the shit out of me.
Oh man, if he does, I swear I'm gonna delete this live stream. Unsubbed. No, I'm just kidding. All right, but hey, so we know.
His idea the entire time. We didn't set him up at all.
So that we know, because we can't get beyond another point right here. You see that guy? He has a challenge, an active challenge right now by a current. He might be in the chat right now. Chad, if you're in the chat, he goes by Leducator. He may be in the chat. I'm not sure, but he is working out right now to have a sanctioned fight against this guy. And
wow,
I believe
that's impressive, man.
I'm not 100% sure about all the details, but I believe Leducator is a police officer, either is a police officer, former, or active. I'm not sure. I guess Chille called him a fatso, and that's what they're going to be fighting over that. All money goes to charity. But no, I mean, he's going to put him in his place. He was going to come on tonight, but again, we were having tech issues. He couldn't join for whatever reason. And so he's unfortunately not here. But, you're going to have to, you're going to have to beat Jen Dit to the punch, Legicator.
I'd fight him, I'd fight him, and, I would... Look, it's all good, man. If we're all in it for the same reasons and stuff like that, I'll quite happily hand his ass to him, no problem.
All right. So they always have little fight promo videos, right? Where they're like that, where you gotta hype them up. Well, Chille watches my channel, so he needs to get hyped up. So go ahead, Jen Dit. I'm giving you 30 seconds to say what you gotta say to Chille DeCastro.
Well, Chille the Willy, the head of a steroided bull, I would quite happily knock 10 bags of shit out of you if you so willingly accepted the challenge. Don't use the fact that I'm a Royal Marines commando to not have the fight. I'll fight you anywhere on the planet. I don't care how big he is. He looks like he's quite big, to be fair, quite stacked, but I'm not afraid of anything. And that's that.
I'm going to make that shit happen, Jen Dit. I'm making
let's
it
make it
happen,
man. Look, I'll. The thing is, though, and I'm confident here, I've got 99% of my subscriber base is from America. I've got probably more American. Well, I've got more American fans on YouTube than him, guaranteed. So people would be more supportive of me because I know one or two things about Americans. I don't know a lot, but the things that I do know. You guys like the military, you're loyal to your military folk, you're loyal to veterans, and you don't like jackasses. And this Chille, he seems to be making a living out of being a jackass. So I know I've even got you guys on my side. So
hell yeah, you do.
Hey, it's a win-win for me.
Put a 1 in the fucking chat if you're on fucking Jen Dit's side. I'm gonna start that shit off right now. Where the fuck is my chat at?
This is where everyone wants Chille to win.
I gotta beat people. They fucking no, kid. What are you doing? You gotta let me go first, chat. You fucking look at that support right there.
Yeah,
they want to see this. They want to see this.
Appreciate it, man.
They want to see Legicator beat the shit out of him. He's not gonna learn from Legicator. Legicator's gonna get the best of him. He's gonna want more. He's gonna say, "Oh man, Legicator was." He was such a big guy. Let him win. Nah, man. Jen Dit is here to beat you up.
What's neat about Chille is he's going to be the first person ever to be able to have a democracy where he gets every word and no one gets to talk about his opinion or debate him.
Commander Darklight said
those two things go together, right?
Hell yeah. Commander Darklight said there are 69 ones in the chat. 69 of them, guys. Good job.
Nice.
I don't know if I'm more proud of there being a lot of ones or 69 of them.
Jen probably doesn't know what I'm talking about there. Chille, by the way, doesn't debate people, but he's going to be governor.
Oh, yeah. In a
That's
video
right.
I'm about to cover on him, he says, he goes, I don't know if I'm going to be governor of Ohio or California or Alaska, but when I'm governor of one of them...
What the hell? Does he think he can just like put an application in type thing online and hey, I'm gonna get
hold on, I got to show you this then. Look, we're getting close to wrapping this up, okay? So we're gonna run through just a couple of funny things. I got to show you one more thing about this guy that's really weird since we're talking about him and oh my god, he's an absolute weirdo. Let me pull up my. I have to download my own videos right this second. Hold on, because I can't find them. Oh, there it is. I didn't know why this video didn't do that good for me, but it didn't.
Because of YouTube.
I know the algorithm. It loves you on one day and hates you on the next. I'll tell you what day it does love me on.
2,000 views in the first hour. I've never done that again. I don't even know what. I'm like, watched that video like 8 times. I'm like, I don't understand what happened.
Man, I don't understand algorithms, how it works. It's crazy.
Well, I'll tell you what. YouTube hates Taser Tuesday, but my fans fucking love it. They're no lie, guys. Let me tell you something. on an average video, and a good YouTube video gets between 10 and 15% likes to views. I got 33%. 1 out of every 3 people liked the video. And 1 out of every 3 views. That is very hard to get. 1 out of every 3 views got that. And on top of that, I went back and looked at the analytics, and there were people that were rewatching the video. So those views counted for more than 1 view, but I could only get 1 like out of it. So it was probably more like 40%. Loves
tasers.
Oh, they love tasers. So every week, you guys keep liking it, and let's see if we can break it. 33%. What's that shit we're talking about? 33%. We need damn near. We need a 75%. That's the ultimate goal. But it won't happen because we'll keep getting bigger, and it'll be harder and harder. But I have a good taser video for you guys this week. Y'all are gonna laugh. Stick around. We're getting close. I'm about to give you the teaser in 1 second. All right, my video is almost done downloading. Man, the downloader is fucking going slow as shit tonight. Okay, there it is. All right, here we go. It better be, it better work. Okay, it's not working again. So let me go try to find it in my...
Sorry.
I don't know what's going on with this. It's like, it's telling me I need another codex. All right, let me find it.
Don't worry, Jen did. He knows computer stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, I was just bragging to Jen did about this too, was I not?
I know.
Like, this is perfect.
Every time I was changing the tire, that's why I said it. Just being a dick.
That's fucked up, Brainy. You're supposed to be on my side. You're my
I was
corner,
changing
man.
the tires on my car, listening to you guys.
Oh. Okay, so here we go. He's gone full Star Trek on us, and here, hold on. Look, this is what he wants. You're laughing. You don't even know the story yet. Hold on.
What's he wearing? It's so it's amazing. You have no idea. Oh my god.
What the hell?
This is what we've been dealing with. This is what we're talking about.
This is what we've been dealing with for like
is this his application video to the Space Force or something, is it?
So okay.
Real world.
Let me tell you what this is what he wants to do, okay? First off, he wants to get rid of all police. All right? So no police.
What a loser.
Exactly. He wants to get rid of all police, and instead of having police, you will have one person in every like square block, one person that is wearing a set of glasses, and here I'll point them.
Law enforcer or police wearing on their head.
Chille, you make looking dumb look easy. So let's begin.
Imagine.
Okay. So that right there. So they'd be wearing glasses like that, right? 6 cameras, high definition cameras that capture everything all the time. They're always on. You can never take them off because they're fitted to your skull. And this is his response to police. Instead of having police, he wants to have people that walk around and film everything. And then he also, in each ear, you see the headphones on, you think it's an accessory, right? No. It's functionality, sir. One ear has one agency telling them, like, let's say they see somebody committing a crime. One agency tells them in his right ear, go arrest that guy. And then another agency tells him in his left ear, don't listen to the other agency. Leave that guy alone because we say so.
Fuck that agency.
He thinks this is going to work. He didn't obviously think about the logistics when it comes to expense.
No.
But
he'd do well in Russia, though, I think.
Yeah, right, or China. But yeah, like this is his idea. This is more reason to knock him the fuck out in America. Well, I'm gonna get that fight set up for you. We're gonna see what we can't do about getting you over here.
Let's do it, man.
God damn, that'd be so great. Okay, so
that would be good.
We have given the people everything, and yet we have given them nothing. So if we can, how many likes we got? We got to do what you did on the channel today. I got to set a like goal.
Absolutely, man.
Because you know what? We have a like goal. We have 400 people watching. We have 334 likes. If we can get to 340 likes, I'll play the tape. Oh, 346 already? Fuck that. 350 likes. Oh, goddamn, 355. Okay. if you guys can get to 400 likes, I'll tease Taser Tuesday to you right now. It's close. 369. Oh, maybe we should stop at anything.
Let's do it, man. We can get to 400.
There we go. There we go, baby. All right, here we go. Let me grab the Taser video. You guys don't want to see a Taser video, do y'all? I don't want to see.
Let's go.
I can't watch Taser videos. I'm not alpha enough.
I just realized I forgot to like your video as well, so I've just pressed it myself.
Oh man, that's why nobody was liking it.
I want to be the 400th. Come on, we need a few more.
All right, you guys got to work it. We got 2 more.
399.
I'll tell you when it's on.
There we go.
All right.
I helped. Yay.
Yay. All right, here we go. Taser Tuesday teaser for you guys, and it's a good one. Oh man, hold on, let me.
Police Department, Reno South. Whenever you were coming down Talent Road, I got you at 49 and 35.
You sure?
Yes, sir. Do what?
I was asking, were you sure about that? Because I was going below that.
That's what I got you at, was 49. You got your driver's license, your insurance card, and your registration on you?
Do you have proof that you got me going there?
I got you by radar, man.
And am I allowed to see?
No, we're not doing that right now. If you want to argue all that, you have to go to court for it.
I'm saying that I wasn't going to fast.
But I'm saying that you are. So I need your information, please.
Why is it that I can't see proof?
Because it's in my car and you're not getting in my car.
I don't have to get in the car to see it.
I need your information.
Could you get your supervisor so that we can have
Give me your information or you're going to be coming out of this vehicle.
I can get out, sir, but...
Give me your information.
I'm going to turn my video on. Wow.
Get out of the car.
You can't do that for a traffic stop, sir.
623, start me now. Get out of the car, man.
Please don't touch me, sir.
I'm telling you to get out of the car. I will tase you. Get out.
Traffic stop.
Get out. You will be tased. Get out.
Tase him.
Get out.
Tase him.
You can't do that, officer, because I called for your
Get out.
I have
Get out.
What is the reason?
You refuse to give your information. I told you to get out of the car. Now you resisting.
Go, officer. Just do it.
Get out.
Please stop it. Why are you being like this? This is how y'all really are?
Yeah.
Please stop. This is all on tape. Please stop.
I'm telling you to get out.
I'm telling you that this is not lawful.
Oh my God. Get out.
That's not lawful.
Get out. Get
One more time.
I'm telling you to get out.
I'm telling you that this is not lawful.
Oh my God.
I love the listen to the voice. It goes to the frequency of the taser. It's like
Oh my God.
Stop.
Awesome.
I'm telling you to get out.
I'm telling you that this is not lawful.
Oh hold on, one more time in slow-mo.
Didn't know what you did. That makes sense, though. Your muscles are.
I'm telling you that this is not
Oh my God, I love fucking Taser Tuesday. Oh shit. All right, let me play the rest of the video so y'all can watch it.
Get on the ground.
That's not lawful.
Get on the ground and you will tase again.
Okay, but I have my license.
Get on the ground.
That's not lawful.
Get on the ground.
That was not a lawful.
Get on the ground. My license. Put your hands behind your back. Please stop. Help. Please. Please help me. Please help me, Lord. This is not right, sir.
Why do you have to do this? I just don't understand. I'm a real good person. I'm delivering a DoorDash that goes right there.
You should have given him your ID, dumbass.
I'm good. I'm a good person. That wasn't right to be tased and treated like that.
I'm good. Yeah, that's fine, but you still broke the law, dumbass. He asked you for the ID. Just give him the fucking ID. You'd have been done. They'd had their food.
Yeah, you'd be on your way. Just give the ID, man. It's like, it's simple, isn't it? You know?
Oh my God, I love Taser videos. So I started Taser Tuesday. I'll save the rest of the video for Taser Tuesday. It's not much left in it. It's going to be a short one this week, guys. So be sure to show up at Taser Tuesday. There's only 400 of you people here watching. That's fine and lovely and all. That so many people will be able to watch it that haven't seen it yet. But you 400, because y'all are here, I would appreciate it so much if when you see the video. So here's how I'll know that you were here, right? You're going to click the like, and you're going to comment. No matter what you're going to comment, you're going to say the number like you were, okay? So you'll be like, second like, and then leave your comment after that. That will tell me who was here for Taser Tuesday teaser on Sunday and who came back to show up on Taser Tuesday on Tuesday. And I'll still love you either way. I still love you guys either way. Y'all know that.
No, if you don't, he told me earlier, if you don't like it, you're dead to him.
I did. That's why I was saying up until Jen did click like, I was telling him how much I fucking didn't love him anymore. I was telling him he's scared of Chille and all that. That's because he didn't like the stream. You notice how I changed once he liked the stream. I put on Taser Tuesday, teaser on Sunday.
Good times.
Man, these are good times, guys. So we're going to wrap it up tonight. And before we get out of here, I got some super chats to read. So while I read these super chats out, if you guys want to go ahead and tag me, actually tag Brainy Beaver, because I'm going to be reading super chats. I don't want to miss a good question that might come in. We'll take about 4, 5, 6 questions for Jen Dit or me and Brainy talking about Ukraine, the military, whatever you guys want to talk about, just not political. Anything else you want to talk about is totally fine. But send in your questions. I'm going to read off the super chats. Your pal Al has been a member for 25 months. Thank you very much. Who put ugly Sonic on the screen? Okay, I'm tired of you guys calling me ugly. Ugly is relative. Start comparing me to like Rad Vlad. Now it's who put handsome Sonic on the screen. Frank Perry, member for 10 months. Frank Perry, member for 10 months. I never was able to serve, but thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry. But thank you is too small of a statement. I'm having trouble reading tonight. But I have nothing but respect for both of you. God bless. Well, thank you very much, Frank. I appreciate it. I never served because I wanted appreciation. I served because I believe in an ideal of democracy and freedom of speech and the freedom to be yourself. And I'm willing to fight against that anywhere in the world. Because that right there, at least I still will. I still do it in my own way. But when I joined, that was the sentiment. I said, I believe in that, and I'm going to fight and stand behind it. And I'll let you speak for yourself there, Mr. Jindit.
Yeah, I just, I joined up for many reasons. But when I actually became a commando, those reasons changed, and it was literally in support of the person left and right of me. And, it's simple as that, really. And there's more peaceful thinkers in the military than you'd think, believe it or not. I didn't meet many people who were wanting to do harm or to do, some of the bad stuff. There's a lot of peaceful thinkers in the military, a lot of free thinkers. That's just the way it is, I think. I got to see the other side, and I was quite happy.
Yeah. And there was something I wanted to talk about earlier, and we never got to, and it's a shame because I really wanted to talk about this mindset that is in professional military fighting forces like the UK fighting force, the US fighting force. See, when we go to boot camp, there's a difference between what Russia is sending into Ukraine versus what we would send into Iraq, for instance. Like, we're not sending volunteers in. We're not sending conscripted people in. We're sending volunteers in. People who have decided to make that their profession, fighting. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I'm listening.
I was going to say, it also goes to show you that the countries that do actively engage in conflict, which is countries that are like America and the UK, who find themselves fighting across the world, they're more experienced. This is why Russia fails at what they do, because they don't have generals that have been doing this for decades like America does. In the UK, the UK has always been right there fighting with us side by side.
Yeah. I mean, we haven't had a break, if you think about it, for hundreds and hundreds of years. We've actually matured through, generational changes of conflict, making us really, really bloody effective of what we do, you know?
Yeah, I would, just out of curiosity, you'd be more of an expert in this field, but would it be suffice to say that the last time that that England had a break from fighting was when we broke the shit out of them when they tried to come over to America in 1776?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that. You know what my take is on that is, I mean, if we think logically about it, we actually kicked our own asses, really. We kicked the shit out of ourselves because we were fighting effectively ourselves in that, you know?
Yeah.
And often people forget that. They normally, you know, put blame on, well, the French helped and all of that. But yeah, that's one thing. But the guys who we were fighting against were effectively British settlers, weren't they? You know? So there was one positive to take out of that.
The Americans invaded Canada after, so they got repelled.
You know,
we got one back for Britain.
I'm going to be honest with you. I would be really surprised if Jindit had even ever heard of Canada before tonight, before I said, hey, that guy Brainy Beaver is one of my friends.
Hey, Laura Secord ran all the way to Canada making boxes of chocolate or something. I don't remember. Laura Secord told the Canadians, but she's a chocolate company now. I don't know how that happened, but here we are.
Jindit, Canada is that big area above America that has bears in it.
Tell you something, man. I know a lot of people won't like to hear this. The Canadians are bloody. When it comes to war and stuff, them guys are hard asses, you know. There's quite a few. There's a few Canadians come over to Britain and complete our training, and they're good at what they do, you know. I have to say it, man.
I heard
we had our own beach in D-Day. I think we had our own little section.
Yeah.
We weren't tagged up with anybody else. They were like,
on Nova Scotia Island, you know.
We're
raiding the island, eh?
I heard the deck chairs out and stuff.
Is it Denmark? Which one are they? Oh, shit,
yeah, right.
They plant certain flowers or whatever, and they. Because the Canadian forces are the ones that liberated their specific town. But of course, you know how it was. We were all in different spots. So you guys liberated one, we liberated one, America's liberated one. So we all just kind of went through.
Well,
those beaches are phenomenal as well. I went to Normandy as a part of a battle tour when I was in recruit training, and it was one of the most phenomenal places I've ever seen. The feeling from the place, it just you felt that history. Power. Oh, man. And you know something? Normally when you go to places with such history, or if anything tragic's happened or anything like that, you normally get a bit of a bad feeling. But that place had the most wonderful feeling I've ever experienced. You know, it was such a contrast to what I thought I was going to experience. Normandy and the beaches there, fantastic, man. If anyone ever gets a chance to go there and visit the war graves and stuff like that, you'll be really appreciative of that generation, put it that way.
Yeah.
And before we transition away, team, the only last thing I was going to mention is I found out more recently, I think, that the Canadian that holds the longest kill shot, the sniper, he's in Ukraine right now.
Wale. You don't know about Wale, man? He's been in Ukraine for 2 months
I knew about him, but it changed. It was us, and then America got it back, and then he got it back again. I don't know if he was the original guy that had it, or is he a new guy because it was Canada, somebody else Canada.
Yeah, these things change all the time. So was it your guy, Chris Kyle, was on about the most confirmed sniper kills in Afghanistan or something? Do you want to know the truth? It was actually a Royal Marine. When I worked with him for a brief period of time at the Commando Training Center. So it just goes to show different countries have different narratives, but it might not. Fantastic nonetheless.
Obviously, your country's just indoctrinating you to think it's the best. Our country would never do that, okay?
No, that's a stream all in itself.
Oh man! When you're ready, let's go. I could talk I can talk geomilitary politics, but I hate talking American politics because nobody fucking knows what the fuck they're talking about. But geopolitical situations that involve militaristic or the military, let's say, or have a militaristic characteristic to it. There is I can talk a lot on that. You know, like I know a lot about military history and, you know, just what drives certain countries, like different world conflicts that do exist, even internally within countries. That was one of the things I started to learn because we were exposed to a little bit of that information in the military. I was never like, I didn't have any like super top secret clearance or anything, but we worked on some equipment that, you know, we had to get special clearances to work on that equipment. And so I saw some things, you know, and I could tell you that in America at the upper level, they talk about shit like how many people they got to kill per day to keep up with the rate of birth, you know, like I'm not even kidding. I've seen shit like that.
Yeah, fair one.
But yeah, man, let me get through these super chats and we'll get you out of here, my friend. Let's see. Simon Mitchner has been a member for 10 months. 2 things fall from the sky: paratroopers and bird crap, or paras, I guess. Parachutes, or is that what?
Para for paratrooper, yeah.
Okay,
paraplegics once they hit the ground, that's for sure.
That's fucked up.
Sorry, that was dark.
Can't do that, Brady. That's messed up.
Well, I said once they hit the ground. It wasn't criticizing paraplegics.
Yeah, everybody does that when they hit the ground. Stephen Alley for $2. I don't care. Stephen Alley for $2. Is it still an ego if you're the best? Go Navy. Ooh, I like that super chat, baby. Simon, or Steven. I said Simon. Steven. Tickle my pickle, baby. Mystery Man, member for 14 months. Hello, team. Please excuse me for being at work. Thou art excused, Mystery Man. AZ Cheap Girl for $10. My son is Air Force. Ah, man, I was talking about Air Force. I was talking so bad. I hope she super chatted me after I was talking bad about him, so she's not like refunding it right now. She's like, somebody stole my credit card to get back a $10 chat.
What is he in? Chair Force? Did I hear someone say Chair Force?
Oh, the Chair Force. Yeah, exactly. No, but you know what though? I'll tell you like this. I'll tell you like this. Okay? When I went in, I wanted to go to the Marines. Okay, some of the original idea was for me to go to the Marines. I wanted to fight. I felt like that was the best way to get something in my hands to fight bad people with, and that's what I wanted to do. So when I get there, I go and I take the ASVAB test, which is your entrance exam for the United States, and I score 97 of 99. So when I get back to the recruiter's office with them, I'm like, next time I come in, the Marines and Army. They ain't even trying to talk to me because the Navy and the Air Force have come over and now trying to talk to me. I'd scored so high on the ASVAB that there wasn't much I could do in the military or in the Army or Marines. They do have cryptographic jobs and whatnot in their services, but for the most part, most jobs with my score, I don't want to say my intelligence, but the score I had on the test and my expertise that I was already coming into the military with, they wanted to make the most use of that.
Of course.
So I was offered to go as a nuclear engineer, which I turned down because I wanted to do EOD. Okay, so that was my original idea when I got in the military. Of course, after it was, okay, well, I'm not going to go kill people. Okay, well, then what do you want me to do? Okay, Navy, well, what do they got that'll let you kill people? And it started off with, Special Forces being EOD. So that was my first experience was going into the military. That's what I did. And that's why I went electronics technician, because they said for nukes, you can't do anything. You can't do EOD as a nuke because they have too much money invested in you for schooling. So I went electronics technician, and that's the route I took. But I say that because we're talking about the Chair Force. I have a lot of respect for people in the Air Force because they do have a lot of technological things that come out of the Air Force, and the people that are in there are extremely smart people. So
there's a lot of smart people.
Yeah, so mad respect to your son, AZ Jeep Girl.
Absolutely, man.
I'm sure his chair is comfortable though. Yeah, absolutely. The Final Nail, member for 32 months. Love the vet shows. U.S. Army, CA Reserve, and okay, I see. And North Dakota National Guard vet here. Cheers to all vets. Final Nail, I salute you. Thank you very much for being a member, just for that, number one. And number two, thank you for all the service that you've done for our country. Vets always tend to like to thank each other because we actually know
Absolutely.
what we've gone through. And we could tell people all the time, but they just don't. It's different when you've been there and you've gone through it. Like, what did somebody say in your chat that they didn't have to go through? They didn't have to go through the gas chamber. I was like, what? How did you not?
Yeah.
How did you bypass that?
Yeah. I mean, that's just...
My dad had to do that. He was just a cop.
It's pretty basic stuff, isn't it, that what you got to go through? I mean, I can't imagine not having to do that.
I couldn't imagine not having to do it either. I was a section leader, sorry, we did.
Sounds horrible when my dad explained.
Yeah, I was a section. That's what I was, a section leader. I was trying to remember make sure that the section leader wasn't the guy above me. No, I was a section leader. But anyway, we had 6 of us. We had 2 people above us, and then we had the XO and the CO of our ship. That was our recruitment ship when we were inside of boot camp. So I was a section leader. They made all 10 of us. They made all 10 of us stay in the gas chamber the entire time while they brought people in. So as the troops were coming through, it was kind of the idea that if you find yourself in a leadership role, you have a responsibility to get the guys beneath you out first. And that's why they made us. What they did is they brought us in first. So I'll tell this story. It's a great story. Taught me about leadership. So the importance of leadership. So they bring us in first, and this is before anything goes on. They say, here's what's going to happen. We're going to put this tab down on this hot plate, and it's going to hurt. Okay? It's going to hurt. You're going to have a mask on. You're going to take that mask off and take one deep breath in. And then they said, you're also going to stay here with your mask off until everybody else comes through. So we had about 100 people, so maybe 90 people, 80, 90 people left after that at that point to get through. So they brought us in. We put the mask on. They show us how to check the mask by putting our hand over the hole going in so it sucks up against your face. Take it off, show you what it's like. Now everybody else that comes in, guess whose job it is to teach them how to put their hand on the mask hole, how to take it off, pull the mask off. Well, that's my job now. Mm-hmm. I have one. There's 10 of them come in at a time. There's 10 people of authority or leadership in there. And we were responsible for making sure. And it was the idea to teach you that even when shit is hitting the fan, even when you think that you cannot make it through, tear gas is painful. It sucks.
Yeah,
it makes your nose run. It makes your snot go down your throat. The tickling on the inside of your esophagus makes you want to cough up all the time.
It's horribly harsh, isn't it?
Horribly harsh. And you can't wash it off. It's not easy. You can't just go jump in the shower because all of it, and you do because you're going to sit in it if not. So you got to get it off. So when you go to wash yourself off in the shower, it runs right back down onto your skin and through your eyes and everything else. So anyway, we had to stay in there and do that through the whole time, get them out, and then we could leave. But it taught me, it said, hey, this is leadership comes with responsibility. I feel like I kind of lead this, not lead, but I'm one of the leaders of this community as far as on my side, because we don't,
you are, yeah.
When Schrodinger unfortunately passed, there was kind of this idea that, somebody needed to step up. And of course, I don't want that responsibility. I'd rather just be me and, lead by example if that's the case, which Schrodinger did. Yeah. He led by example. He's a great dude. But, I consider myself somewhat of a leader in the community. And for that reason, I have to be extra careful with what I do because I represent everybody. And it's my responsibility to do the right thing for all the people that are out there and that are following me and that are even listening to these conversations that we're having right now. I have a greater responsibility to just be a better person and be a good example.
I respect that. I respect that a lot, man.
Alrighty, the plot hole, remember, 28 months. Wow, 13 months?
You're still showing the police car, by the way, team. Heat Shield was telling me.
Oh, yeah.
Right? But
I was just making sure everybody knew that Taser Tuesday was coming up. I'm not sure anybody will miss Taser Tuesday moving forward after the last guy did that reverse belly flop. Horse poo. I've been a shiny dinger for as long as shiny dingers have been dingers. That's right, 28 months. Or something like that. Jen, only listen to Team Skeptic if you want to learn how to fail live streams. I never fail, ever.
Nah, your live streams are on point, man.
I fail sometimes. He's right. Hank's Corner for $10 for the Team Skeptic Vaseline Fund. No kink shame. I need that. I need Vaseline for the fight coming up so I can Vaseline his face up. Joshua Lee for $5. I'll go be Chille's Corner, man. I'll go put I'll just leave spots of Vaseline missing so when you hit, it lands. Pa, pa. Joshua Lee, $5. He says he teaches constitutional law, but he absolutely fails at English. Joshua Lee again for $10. Thank you, Joshua Lee. I've said it before, but I continue to argue that, like escort services, Chille is whatever you want him to be for the right amount of money. AZ Jeep Girl for $10. The judge had a field day with him. Now he's trying to say, have her removed from the bench. I'm familiar with the intersection. He messed up. AZ Jeep Girl happens to live in the area. We spoke briefly about, that when in that first one where he was berating the cop, when he was like, I'm an alpha male. Yeah. That happened right down the street from her.
Man.
Gia for $19.99. He thinks that being an asshole is the only way to get things done. Well, he smells like an asshole. He wears the same goddamn clothes every fucking day. And then, my love, Teresa Kleibecker for $2. Hey, hubby, XOXO. I've missed you. I haven't seen you in a while, Teresa. 3 Ron for $2. Excuse me. I would donate to get Jen Dit over here to fight. You have fans. They want to see the fight. Sindao Q, member for 14 months. I do love my country. Me too. Josh for $1.99. Legicator is in the chat. Man, Legicator, we need to figure out why you couldn't join tonight, man. Because I wanted you to come on so you could talk shit with Jen Dit. All right, Legicator, we might have to set that up for the future. Do one an earlier stream where we can get you on and kind of let you coach Legicator to the corner.
Let's do it, man.
The Rabbit for $5. So once they got the guy on camera, how do they arrest the guy with no cuffs or guns? If the gun is armed, if the guy is armed with a gun, I brought this up. How? Okay, so let's just say, and I can play bad guy. I'm going to let you play bad guy today, Jen, okay? The most evil of bad guy. We're killing cartoons. It doesn't matter, all right? You're robbing a bank. You're convinced. You're convicted, actually, in getting done what you're done, what you started. You intend on robbing the bank, getting the money, and getting away free for your family, right? Here comes this jackass wearing this weird thing on his head, and he stands between you and freedom. He has no gun. Is he stopping you from doing what you want to do?
Nah, it's over. It's over in three seconds flat.
That's what I said. I said they're gonna use that little ring around that guy's head as the center for a bullseye.
Yeah,
it'll be real quick.
Man, big old head of his.
And I love the fact that he thinks that both of them if one says go arrest the guy, the other one says nah, don't. That the guy would be like, wait, what? Which one do I do, guys? Do I arrest the guy or not? Because he's getting away. Rebecca Pierce, or let's see, Rebecca Pierce for $5. Chille has a sore neck and herpes on his chin. Dude, I never noticed that till last night. He has this huge thing on his chin. Something didn't go right in life. Hold on. He messed with somebody he shouldn't have messed with. Not in a fight either. In a fight with penicillin. Anyway, anybody wonder what's up with that? Yeah, go check it out. You'll see. There's some big-ass thing on his chin. Stephen Alley for $2. Team actually isn't ugly for being a Skeletor troll. First off, these people don't know. Jen, did you ever watch cartoons as a kid? We're about the same age.
Yeah, I love cartoons, man.
Do you remember Skeletor? From He-Man. He-Man, Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
Skeletor's ripped! He was ripped!
Skeletor's jacked, man. Actually, you know what? I'm thinking of a different Skeletor. I know which one you're on about, though. I'm thinking of a different Skeletor from a game. I can't remember the name. Killer Instinct was the game. You remember that? Killer Instinct.
Yeah, I know the Killer Instinct game. Yeah. But I think it's He-Man. I'm going to check it out. Make sure now. Hold on. Make sure I got it right. Yeah, it was He-Man. Masters of the Universe. All right, good deal. He's jacked up. I know I ain't that big. I'd love to be that big, but I ain't that big. All right, Bella charge for $2 New Zealand dollars. Ah, my vet friend. That's Dark Beaver. Love it. Or that's Dark Beaver. Love it. I don't remember what he was talking about, but whatever you said, it was dark. Bella charge for $2 New Zealand dollars. End of story. Field engineers is the best. RNZE. We have some fights over that because the ETs will run circles around field engineers. Simon Mitchner says for £5. Team Skeptic. I could have sworn you'd have been in the U.S. Navy band. Fuck off. With your ribcage being a glockenspiel. Buy yourself a sandwich, damn it. Hey, no fucking lie. I've eaten 3 steaks today. And y'all want to see what I've been... I want to show y'all. Like, y'all think I don't eat. But I have been snacking on a pound of mashed potatoes right now. The whole time. I'm about to show you. Just because, whatever. And bacon. That's like a quarter pound of bacon stirred up in mashed potatoes. About to have 2 more steaks after I get done here. Got to go run to the store and get me some steak.
Like the only thing he can do to stop from wasting away to nothing. Look at the poor guy.
Better than having vanilla in my ass all the time.
That's a beaver thing if you didn't know. We us noble beavers produce the original vanilla artificial flavoring right in our bum hole. Or next to it anyways, technically, but it might as well be the anus.
He has it. Yeah,
Castoreum gland. Search it up.
He has that Canadian maple flavored vanilla. Let's see. David Keller for $2. What up, David? Good to see you, man. We have a museum of mustard in the state. Wisconsin. We have a museum of mustard in the state. Jen did. I can eat mustard off the spoon. I just pour it on there. I can eat a bottle of mustard in one sitting. I
like mustard, but I couldn't do that. I nearly choked to death eating mustard with beef.
What?
Yeah, I don't know how you do that. Yeah, so I like mustard, like English mustard.
That's your problem. I do American mustard.
Oh man, English mustard is... I don't know if it's powerful or what, but this stuff is going to get up. I
think big mustard in general can fuck right off. So I'll just sit out there.
Well, I'm about done with both of y'all.
It's got similar effects to like the gas chamber, I would say.
Man, mustard is one of those things where if it touches your bun, it's rude. Like any part of your meal gets mustard on it, you might as well exercise that section of whatever it is you're talking about and throw it in the fucking trash. You can never remove this taste of mustard once it's touched something.
I love it. Yeah. Let me lick it off for you. I'll get it all off. Just pinch the bread off and send it to me. I'll eat it. Stephen Alley for $2. Fun fact. U.S. Air Force invented the power reclining chair. Totally believable, Stephen. Teresa Klabaka for $2. Great show, babe. Get a hold of me ASAP. XOXOXO. Oh, I will do. In fact, I got a story to tell you, actually. You'll think it's funny. I promise. Okay. I meant for this show only to go 2 hours. It went about 2.5 hours. My voice is going out. I still have a video to record in the morning, and I'm getting fucking tired, guys. So we're going to wrap this show up. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over to Brainy Beaver so he can say his goodbyes first. Brainy, if you want to get on camera or not, it's fine, but you don't have to. AZ Jeep Girl for $5 looks like a meth scab. I can also eat mustard off the spoon. That's why I like you. That's why I like you, AZ Jeep Girl. All right. So, Brainy Beaver, are you going to be on camera or no?
Am I not? Oh, I see.
Oh, yeah, okay. It didn't matter if you were. All right, go ahead.
Hello, how's it going? Hey, well, thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Gen Dit Commando. It's been good sitting, chatting with you. It's been nice.
Yeah,
I really
pleasure.
enjoyed it. Other than that, I'm just going to give the quick try on my own channel. It's like an hour-long outro. So on this channel, it'll just be like a quick one. So, yeah, just if you haven't seen me, I'm trying to do a lot of the same content that Team's been doing, and I've been practicing my editing and trying to work on making that a little bit smoother. I think it's working. Other than that,
as somebody who actively reviews my my peers' videos to see what I can learn and not learn from them, I can say that your videos are getting better and better and better, bro. Keep doing it. You started off as monkey shit. You're up to donkey shit. Next month or maybe next year, you'll be up to elephant shit, maybe even slug shit. But at some point,
shit.
Well, come on now. Vegan shit's really bad, bro. You know this for a fact. One day
I did that episode. Didn't do so hot.
One day we'll get you. One day we'll get you to where your videos aren't shit anymore. But by then, YouTube will have already been bought out by somebody and be a far right activist channel. Blazing. You'll be you'll be the voice of the far right, Brainy Beaver.
Wait, listen, guys. When TikTok takes over, we all got to learn how to do this kind of stuff where we like.
Oh yeah, that's the shorts, man. That's the shorts. That's what they're killing us now. They're trying to promote shorts. But yeah, thanks, Brainy.
I was going down a street to a service call, and there's like these kids, and they've got like a it was in the higher end part of the city, a lot of limestone on the houses, and they're like got a couch sofa in the street, and somebody's like laying on the floor recording while a girl jumps off it. I'm like, fucking TikTok.
Well, what do you have coming up, Brainy? Real quick before we get out of here, what do you have coming up?
When I can finally finish the video that's been sitting in my editor, I have just more of the same. People getting kicked out of law courts and hopefully maybe some arrests, God willing. There's always arrests. It's just whether or not it's worth talking about, as you know, right? So
yeah, I've kind of focused a little bit lately on court stuff and like sovereign citizens getting pulled over. It's a lot. I don't know. I think that people really enjoy seeing somebody getting shown the place inside the courtroom. I mean, there's something to be said about First Amendment auditors getting put in their place in public, but I think when it's in the courtroom, it's a bit more technical and less subjective, and I think that people really enjoy that. So I've been putting out a lot of court videos. Video, so.
She was fun to watch just because she was so arrogant.
All right, so let me turn it over to Jen Ditt. Hey, thanks for coming out, Brainy. Straight up. Stick around. Jen Ditt, let me pause the video. So trying to leave your thing up so people could see something. There you go. Say your goodbyes. My chat's loving you and loving to hear from you. So say what you guys say.
Hey, Skeptic, just thanks for having me on, my friend. I really do appreciate it. I'd like to get you on my channel at some point. Let my audience kind of see your side of things as well. You've given me a few ideas tonight as well, so thank you for that. And it's always a pleasure.
You think your audience could enjoy a charismatic clown like me?
Yeah,
I'm a hype man. I just get people beat up like you. I just get you to jump in the ring and get beat up by an alpha male.
Well, I've got a boxing podcast which I've just started. I might start talking a little bit about getting into that's where I'm going to be putting my focus in terms of calling people out and stuff like that.
Man, I'm really interested in the boxing podcast. Shout that out, by the way. So for the people that are listening, you might have some boxing fans out there.
It's a boxing podcast done with myself and my dad. I can't say it's going to be the best in the world, but I genuinely believe that channel can be the best boxing podcast in the United Kingdom. 100%. It's got some great content. My dad is literally a boxing expert, a boxing historian, knows everything about it, and we have a good laugh together, man. Like we have, honestly, the shorts that come out of that channel are hilarious.
I was just about to say I caught a short the other day where it was like you were leaning over talking to, I guess it was your dad was to your right and you were like looking at him and talking to him. I enjoy that type of content, man. I watch a lot of a lot of the like historian boxers that talk about like Jack Dempsey and a few of the other people that I was never exposed
that's my
to.
dad. Yeah, that's my dad's forte. The old timers who people just don't know about, without those old time boxers, boxing would not be where it is today.
Yeah, so I find it hard to get into modern day boxing, and no offense to any modern boxers or anybody that's an enthusiast of it. It's just that when I grew up watching Holyfield, Lennox Lewis,
the golden
Tyson.
Era. Yeah.
It was it was actually put in your face, as the average consumer and the average American. It was,
absolutely.
Tyson was in your face. You don't have like big time names like Deontay Wilder really being put in the public's face. I mean, you can they get promoted. They promote themselves a lot on social media and whatnot. But I'm saying like Tyson was if you're
all
not
over
30,
TV, wasn't he?
35 years old or plus, it might be hard for you to really realize how much Tyson was in your face.
Yeah,
as a person of the public, you know, an average person. But I love boxing, so I'm really looking forward to that. If you would say, like, you say Dempsey, would you say that's one of your pop's all-time favorites?
Yeah, me and my dad share quite a few all-time favorites. He believes Jack Johnson is the greatest heavyweight of all time. He was also the first black heavyweight champion of the world, and what a fantastic boxer! Just the lifestyle that he had to get through first before he even fought in the ring. The man was fighting outside, fighting life, fighting racism, fighting everything else, man. Just a tremendous life. But though that was an era of boxing that a lot of fans now just don't know existed. That it's just not really known about. But Jack Dempsey, the Manasseh Mauler. Who can't? If you like Mike Tyson, you have to like Jack Dempsey.
Yeah, for sure. From what I've learned since just being, I'm not enough of an enthusiast to be like very much like known very much of their history or whatnot. Like a historian would be kind of. I'm more along the lines of an enthusiast who just happens to be very interested. So I learn and I watch and I take stuff in. The whole Tyson era, Tyson, Lewis, Holyfield, Foreman, all those people were, like I said, they were just fed to me, so I didn't have to research them. It's just like Michael Jordan. I don't have to research Michael Jordan because I grew up as a Michael Jordan fan and I know the history, But man, fucking, I'd love to see what you guys have coming out for boxing.
Awesome, man.
And I'll be a big fan and listener to that as well. So
awesome, dude. Appreciate it.
I think I have one more super chat. Let me get it. It's Commander Darklight for Aussie $7.99. American mustard is English mustard, soft little brother. Fuck you, Commander Darklight. That's another one of my good friends. He knows me all too well. He knows how to push buttons. Talking shit about American mustard is a good way to get you blocked on this channel. All right. I didn't really get to go through the questions that the chat might have, but it's getting late, and I don't want to keep you.
I didn't actually get any. I honestly scrolled through. I didn't get any specifically.
Okay. Well, good.
So,
good. That's fine.
Not that I saw, and I'm sorry if I missed you guys, but I did look through.
Well, good. They can blame you and not me.
Highlights.
So, all right. But, hey, Jen Ditch, straight up, man, like, big fan. I'm going to be a big fan for a long time. I'm glad you're doing what you're doing.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, for sure. And if you ever need anything, you can reach out to me. I know how to fuck shit up real good.
Absolutely. I'll be in contact anyway, buddy. I think we'll stay friends for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah. And if you just give me 1 second to say my goodbye to the chat, and then we'll do just a quick little chat behind the scenes, so I can really say thank you and tell you what I really think about you. Because I don't want to ruin everybody else's perception. They all like you. I don't want to go in there and tell everybody what I really think about you. I'll do that behind the scenes. But, guys, I love you guys. Y'all are amazing. You know what the rules are. If you want to see Taser Tuesday teasers on Sunday, you got to show up to Taser Tuesday. Leave a like. Put the number of the like you are. And I'll just know. If you just put 226, and I get a lot of likes, so there's going to be some of you that are like 5,350. Oh, it doesn't show the exact count anymore. Okay, first 1,000 people. As soon as 1,000, I'm just going to smile it away. But thank you guys so much. I love you guys. I'll be number 1 on that list because you won't know when I post the video, but I will. I'll be the first person that likes at number 1, and I'll leave the comment 1. See you guys there. I'm Team Skeptic, and I'm out. All right.
Chair tipping over would be better.
It almost. Hold on. Let me get out of here.
We should Jen did when you fucking had to get your brother to come help you.
All right, we're clear.